Hi, I'm Brandon, and today we're going to take a look at the interrogation of Jim Rauch. I've done this one before, so this is my second look at it, but I have a new perspective on it, and after doing his insanely long and frustrating phone call, his hour-long phone call with a decoy trying to find the house. So, I'm still very angry of having to sit through that and listen to all of Jim's bullshit. So, let's get into this now and see what's going on.
So you just were out driving?
No, I don't want to
What do you mean, no?
admit that.
You won't admit that? We have plenty of evidence. We have an insanely long phone call, plus my commentary on said phone call, that proves that you were out driving. You were within a few miles of the house, and it still took you an hour to find it because you were an idiot.
Okay. Did you come out to see somebody today?
Somebody invited me to come over.
Okay.
I like how he just leaves out some very important details. Like, somebody invited me over. Well, it's a very specific person, and the age of that person is what's going to get you in trouble here. This wasn't just some random person. This is something that's a big deal. It's really going to get you in trouble.
Who was that?
Oh, how dare you try to act like you can't remember? It's like, I talked to so many people. Which person is this that I just drove a long distance and spent a frustrating hour trying to find while saying very graphic and disgusting things? I can't you know exactly who it is. You know her exact age.
Cheyenne something.
How'd you meet Cheyenne?
I was online, came up.
Okay.
Again, he's just leaving out very important details. He says he's online and it just came up. No, you saw her online, saw her age, and then reached out to her and began a conversation. If you guys haven't already, Fast Eddie on his channel, he has a very hilarious chat log reading of this guy's chat log with a decoy, and it's funny because Fast Eddie's funny, but it's also very disgusting because Jim is disgusting.
When you were online, do you do that at home, or do you?
I do it at home.
You do it at home? Okay.
Yes.
Is that generally the only place you do it?
Yes.
Okay. What do you have your own personal computer or laptop?
Yes.
Is it
Both.
Oh, do you have both?
I actually have two laptops.
Two laptops?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, nice way to brag there that he has a few laptops. Good for you, Jim. Glad to see you're using them properly.
It's my business.
Okay, it's your business. Okay.
What type of business?
I do web pages for University of Cincinnati. I have access to those. I need to have access to them in order to do the business with them.
Okay.
Why is he saying that I need access to those to do business with them? Is that him saying, please don't seize them because I need them for work? Is that what he's trying to say? It doesn't work like that, Jim. We don't care about your damn job. We cared that you tried to do this horrific crime and annoyed the hell out of us while trying to find the house to do that crime.
Okay. And you usually use all those computers to chat to people, or chat, or you just use one specific, or?
Oh, he's just making these faces like, what? That's preposterous.
Usually at home.
Okay, usually at home. Okay. All right. And
If I do chat,
If
which
you
I don't do. But that, again, because of the fact of the business that I'm in, chat is a part of what I do.
No, it is not, you idiot. And even if it was, chatting with people of this age is absolutely not part of your job. Yeah, just chatting to random people that you meet on sites and just having very graphic, inappropriate conversations. That's part of what he does for the University of Cincinnati. Yeah, when he's designing their web pages. Like, is he trying to say like he needs to email people as part of his job? That's different than just chatting with random people like he does.
And chat is a part of University of Cincinnati distance learning.
okay.
He's trying to be like, you old people don't understand the way things work with these modern computers. We have to chat as part of our job. So clearly what I did today was just part of me working. I think, is that what he's getting at?
I
And
need
you expect us to believe him?
to be able to access that in order to be able to do the business I do.
Okay.
with them.
Okay. Um, so you met Cheyenne.
I didn't meet Cheyenne. She had, came after me.
Okay.
She did not come after you. You liar. Like, you're going to go in front of a judge and jury and in front of the court of public opinion and be like, yeah, this young girl picked me out of all available people in the world, all the boys at her school, everyone she knows. She picked Jim Rauch as the one that she wanted so badly. And you had nothing to do with it. There was no part of you that wanted to do this. It was all on her. How dare you, Jim?
She came after you. Tell me about that.
I don't know. I don't know exactly how it happened
Yeah, I don't know. She came after me. How that happened, I don't know.
at all. I have no recollection at all what happened.
How could you have no recollection at all? You knew her name. You knew you were chatting with her. You left to go find her house. You had an hour-long discussion on the phone, driving around trying to find her house. But now you have no recollection of this whatsoever. Why not just say, I'm not going to say anything. I want a lawyer. Instead of like, I don't remember anything.
For her to make contact with me, I don't know. Was I on some line of some sort? I have no idea.
We've seen guys say this before, like there's just some confusion over like how they met, that somehow they just wound up talking to them. No, you saw them and you chose them and you reached out to them specifically. There's other people you could have talked to. You picked that person for some reason and started talking to him and continued the conversation. The predators always reach out first. So he's just like, I don't know how, somehow we just ended up talking. Whenever anyone that you're talking with online, no matter what app you're using, one person reached out or the other. It's not like you somehow are just already deep into a conversation and you have no recollection of how it happened. Anyone that's ever used the internet to speak to another human knows that. Either they reach out to you or you reach out to them.
So you were chatting, and she came on to you while you were chatting sometime.
Well, somebody, whatever, who that Cheyenne is.
Okay. Do you know how old Cheyenne was?
She told me she was 13, but and I was very, very, very. I don't do that.
Yeah. What? Like, what do you take me for, Jim? What do you take us for? He's like, yeah, I don't do that. You did. We have him on that phone call that I did like 2 days ago, him repeatedly saying very graphic things of what he's going to do. He's like, are you going to F me when I get over there? Like, he said things like that over and over again. How could he? And he repeated her age, and he was scared of getting caught and kept asking if she was a cop. And he, like, many, many times reiterated how young she was and how he was worried about getting caught and everything. So how could he possibly say that he doesn't do that? He's literally sitting in a police interrogation room after getting caught red-handed doing that.
You don't do that?
I don't want to do that. I mean, I'm not there.
You're not there?
No.
Then what? Then how did you get arrested? If you don't do that kind of thing, why are you in this strange town after being arrested?
I'd be happy, like give me an 18, 19-year-old and I'll be happy.
Oh, yeah.
13-year-olds, God, it's gross.
Not your thing?
Yeah, it is. It is gross, Jim.
Yeah.
And when you were talking to Cheyenne,
Like, sometimes I wish they would call them out on their bullshit like that. Like, the detective should just read from the transcript where it says blatantly that he knew that she was 13. Like, they should just say that.
on the chat line, what'd you guys talk about?
Well, and up until this afternoon, which was, I don't know what I gave in for, but I thought she was more like an adult. But
How could you think she's more like an adult? If someone tells you their age, that is their age, end of story. You can't think that they're more like an adult.
no, I was very, very cautious not to be there. I didn't want to be.
You were very cautious not to be there? You flat out drove there. You made plans to go there, and then you went through more bullshit than any human being would ever go through. No man or woman would ever go through all the hell that you had to go through that phone call. If you haven't listened to that phone call yet, listen to it. It's so frustrating. He's just constantly going the wrong way, constantly lost. no normal person would put that much effort into meeting anyone.
Either.
Okay.
How could he say he was cautious? He was determined.
I really don't. That's not my thing. I don't like it. I don't want it. Don't want it.
What? Like, how could you say that? You repeatedly stated in your chat that you wanted to do this. You were so excited by it. Obviously this guy was convicted. There's just an overwhelming amount of evidence. Does he just think the detectives are stupid, or is it just instinctual denial that he's like, yo, I know it's absolutely proven that I'm guilty, but I may as well just lie about it?
But you might have had a little curiosity.
No, I don't even.
Which is
I'm
normal.
not even curiosity. I don't have any curiosity about it. It's too young.
Yeah, who is he? Dan Allen? He's not gross like that.
It's stupid. And now you can go back and look at all the records of the conversations I've had.
Oh, they will. They have, Jim. They don't need your permission to go back and look at the records. They've already done that. They know what you've said.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. It's stupid.
So he's admitting to it? That's exactly what I said. If it's exactly what you said, how are you denying that that's something you wanted to do when you just admitted that you said it?
That's not
Come on, Jim.
what I want to be.
Okay. You know,
I don't even. That's not me.
Yeah, it is.
is that you?
No, not at all.
People that don't do this kind of thing never find themselves caught in a sting while doing it.
Do you have any type of webcam or anything like that?
I do have a webcam.
Okay. Do you ever use it for any purposes? Or?
It's available.
Okay.
Really, Jim? So you own a webcam and it's available. Yeah. Brilliant.
Use it. I don't know what that means.
You don't know what using it means? Jim apparently is a smart guy who works for a university, but he doesn't know what the term use it means.
Right. So we didn't get into what you guys talked about. What you guys talked about?
I was very, very up until today, which is obviously the reason the results have come. I have been very, very cautious of not talking about anything. I do not.
He's very cautious about not talking about anything. I think he means inappropriate things. But his chat was all that. It was very graphic. It was any time that the conversation started moving away from anything inappropriate, he would steer it back to something inappropriate. It was very gross.
Want
So he's lying.
to be involved with a 13-year-old. I do not like it. I don't want it, and for some reason I just gave.
He doesn't want it. He doesn't like it. But for some reason, he tried to do it. That is not. I don't like sushi. I hate sushi. I can't stand it. But for some reason, I went and had it. You don't do that. If he had absolutely no interest in doing this, he wouldn't have initiated this chat to begin with. Or if for some reason he found himself in this conversation, he would have put an end to it. He definitely wouldn't have said inappropriate things. And he was just like constantly naked on the webcam, and then eventually drove over to her house and then claims that I have no interest in this thing.
Relaxed, and
I think he has more interest in doing this than pretty much any predator we've seen on the show. Like that hour-long bullshit that he went through, he was so determined to find this place no matter what. So how could he lie and say he doesn't want to do this?
So who do you think you were talking to?
another person.
Another person.
What a genius you are, Jim.
Really, that's perfect. And that's honest with you, for whatever worth value that is. I cannot condone the statements that I would have made this afternoon to her. I wish I could.
Okay, so now he's at least admitting a little bit that he said inappropriate things. But if that's true, if he's finally admitting it to it and he's saying he doesn't condone the things that he said to her this afternoon, why is he denying that he wanted to do this and saying that he has no interest in doing it?
tracked him,
Yeah.
not because of you guys,
Yeah.
but because of the fact that I
Yeah, I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that you got arrested for it.
just don't. That's not it. That's not me. I don't see it. I don't.
Jim, I understand. All right. And
I'm
And I'm pretty sure this is the same detective that was really, really annoying in his interrogation of Timothy Klein. But here he seems much better.
you, I understand you've made a mistake here, okay? I've read the chats.
right.
Okay?
And you can see how
I
What does he mean? You could see how... No, all we could see is that you are 100% guilty. And he's trying to pretend like most of the chat was normal, and it wasn't just till that little bit this afternoon where I said some inappropriate things. No, it was inappropriate from day one. Probably in the first 5 lines, he started bringing up very graphic, gross things.
I see here where you told her that you wanted to fuck around.
Yeah, that fuck around thing. That I think that was like that was like in the first 2 minutes. It was like right off the bat.
And that
we're then what provoked that.
you know,
But why are you asking him? You're the one that said it, Jim.
I mean, we can go down.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to the details of the thing.
Yeah.
No, you have to go into the details of the thing. That's what's important. That's the evidence we need to convict you.
I understand what you got.
Yeah.
And I know what you got.
I'm just trying to understand here.
I
I
did not meet with her. Number one. Number two.
Yeah, you tried to meet with her. That's why you're being charged with attempted whatever the various crimes are. We caught you before you were able to do it. That's the way it is, Jim. You don't win any points that you just weren't able to. You got caught before you had the chance. But you clearly would have done it because you repeatedly stated that you were going to do it.
I didn't really want to meet with her.
Okay.
It was. I really. If you go to the bottom lines of things.
He really didn't want to meet her. There's nothing in that chat that says that you really didn't want to meet her. You really did want to meet her, and then you drove over there. There's no such thing as not wanting to do the thing that you were actually caught doing.
Let's talk about facts that I denied, and I did not want to do that. I really did not want to.
If he said 100 times, "I do not want to do this. Please don't make me do this. I'm not going to do this," and then he still drove over, he's still guilty. You're a grown man. If you don't want to do it, just be like, no, blocker. That's the end of it. You can't be forced by some young person who you've never met before, who's in another city, that has no way of getting to you. You're not obligated to do what they tell you. And if you do, it's because it's your own choice.
Jim, I know you're under a lot of pressure right now.
I'm not
sure
under
your wife.
pressure at all.
You are, Jim. You're under arrest for one of the worst crimes imaginable. You're under a lot of pressure.
I'm not. I'm really not. I mean, obviously being here is a little bit of pressure, but that's not.
Are you married?
Yes. No. God,
Yes, no.
no. You want her? You can have her. I'm sorry.
I got one of my own. That's enough for me.
You're such a funny guy, Jim.
Yeah, this is just give her ammunition. That's all.
Well, I'm not trying to give no ammunition for nobody. This is just me, you, and Kate here, okay?
Yeah, don't worry, just the 3 of you. There's no one else listening to this. Don't worry, Jim.
Well, it's not, but
Well,
okay. I did not do anything to this, whatever this person is, whoever it is. I did not intend.
And again, these predators don't understand. They're like, I never did anything to them. If this was a real person, just you having this conversation and showing yourself on webcam in the way that you did and all the disgusting things you said, that can damage a person. That is very inappropriate. You shouldn't be having these kind of conversations with underage people that are that young. Like, why does anyone have to explain this to you? They just think, well, there's nothing wrong with that as long as I don't actually like physically do anything to them in person. Yet he actually drove to the house after saying that he was going to go there and do this in person. And he just luckily got caught before he could do it. So now he's just trying to pretend like, hey, I never did anything wrong. I didn't touch them. But even if that was true, even if it never got past the point of the chat, that's still illegal in pretty much most or all places. And it's still very, very wrong. Like, How can these guys just not have a conscience to know that they shouldn't be doing that?
Actually,
Okay.
I met with this person because this person, whoever it is, male or female or whatever, enticed me to the point where
Oh, they enticed you, Jim. I see. You had nothing to do with this. You didn't want to do it. You just were enticed.
what I wanted to. And I
I really wish the Ohio cops were here because those guys didn't put up with bullshit. Those guys would have called him out and then they would have read something from the chat log that completely refuted the bullshit that he's saying.
Did you? So you guys did talk about sexual acts in your conversations.
I don't know that.
Okay.
Only dozens of times.
You can go back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
don't know.
looking.
I don't know. I really don't know. It doesn't really,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned,
You know.
it doesn't matter.
You know,
It does matter, Jim. What do you mean it doesn't matter?
Jim. I'm just trying to figure out what really happened because if we don't talk about it now, and if I just give this to somebody, they're going to think you are a sick, maybe
And that I hate that stupid interrogation tactic where it's like I might hand this over to someone else and they're gonna think worse of you. You know, we're gonna kick this up the ladder and then it'll be different. So now's your chance to do this. It's the same thing when I worked very briefly for a collection agency, and that was one of the things we were taught is like I'm giving you a chance to pay this now, this however much money you owe now, before I kick this up to senior collections, even though there was no senior collections. It was just the collection agent. So he's trying to say, like, admit to this now because I'm going to give this to another person who might be harsher and they might look at it differently where there is no one else. Like he's the interrogator. It's, I mean, some of these predators are stupid enough to fall for it, but it's just such a, I don't know. The tactic just kind of makes me angry.
possibly a child predator, and I don't think you're that point. Okay,
I'm not.
and you're not.
You
But if-
are, Jim. You are.
If we don't talk about it, what else?
Tell me.
What else can I tell people? Saying, Jim made a mistake.
I
This is
didn't
what
follow
happened.
through. Number one. Number two.
Yeah.
Number two.
You didn't follow through because you got caught before you were able to.
Because the fact I didn't follow through is I'm not so sure that I wasn't turned down the street right when I was picked up.
Yeah.
If you check back on the records, on the results, there have been at least three times where I turned around.
At least 3. There was probably about 75 times where you turned around, and it wasn't because of your conscience. It's because you were stupid and drunk and going in the wrong direction.
And I don't do this. I don't. Number one, I don't really want to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me some sex. Okay.
No, Jim. You don't deserve sex ever again, and we're not giving it to you.
And I'll find ways to do the sex, but not this youth thing. This is crap. This is really crap.
If nobody stopped you tonight, what do you think might have happened?
Nothing.
Nothing.
What? Oh God, you are such a liar, Jim.
Absolutely nothing. And I'll be honest with you about that. Nothing. Nothing would have happened. Okay. God, is this a place to tell the stories?
It's as good a place as any. Jim, we're
Yeah, Jim. Regale us with your amazingly interesting tales here.
just trying to be honest with each other.
I went to a swingers club last night and walked out.
No, Jim. You went to a swingers club last night and got kicked out. You went there because you're a disgusting single older man, and you showed up there thinking that you could just sleep with all the women there. And they didn't want you in there because you're gross. And I'm pretty sure that they don't allow single guys in there. Or if they do, they're very selective. Because otherwise, the whole place would just be like a whole bunch of single guys looking to get laid. You did not walk out. Like, yeah, you went to a swingers club and had all these options, and they couldn't wait to get him in the door, but he chose to leave. No, they were probably like, get the hell out of here, you gross old bastard.
Where's that at?
In Dayton.
Up in Dayton, Ohio, Kentucky.
Dayton, Ohio. I walked out. And the reason I walked out is because
there was no one there. Every single person there was an adult, so he walked out.
no, it's not for me.
If it wasn't for you, why would you even go there to begin with? If you actually come up with the idea of going to a swingers club and you look up the address and actually dress up and head out there, and then you're like, yeah, it's not for me. Well, you should have known that before. Most people wouldn't even do that kind of thing. If you're at the point where you're traveling to do it, I think you've already made up your mind. You don't make up your mind right when you're talking to the doorman and they tell you to get the hell out of there.
I'm not selective. I don't want you to think of it as being selective. I'm looking for some satisfaction from somebody. And I'm not looking. And again, my own motivation is not to just find somebody who's interested in me.
Oh, brother. Find someone who's interested in me. Like, he's just like, oh, he's just looking for companionship. He was very, very vulgar. He didn't want to talk about anything other than the disgusting things he wanted to talk about with this young girl. This guy, he's just trying to pretend like he's just looking for a relationship. Well, then find one with an adult.
Okay, not
An older adult, I should say. Not 18 or 19. Say like 50 or over.
young, not old, not fat, not thin, not someone who is interested in who I am.
Someone interested in who I am. No one's going to be interested in who you are, Jim, because you're a disgusting scumbag.
And that's where we are.
And how long have you and your wife been divorced? Or been separated? Or
We've been divorced for 2000. What was it? 4 years? Almost 5 years.
5 years ago? And
I've had relationships with other women. It's not that. It's not a sexual thing at all.
what is it?
There's somebody, and I guess, and I put this out. Maybe this isn't the right place for doing it, but
Yeah, an interrogation room after you've been arrested is not the place to open up.
Cheyenne, whoever Cheyenne is, some George down the hallway, talk to me.
No, you talked to her. She did not reach out to you. You reached out to her.
And when that person talked to me, it was a person. Now, I have other people that I talk to, and for
So why did you go to meet them?
whatever that's worth, and I don't want to bring them into this, but
It made you feel good, didn't it?
it kept me away from that loneliness that I have
Oh, he's going for the lonely defense that so many of these predators go for.
when I'm
I was lonely, so how do you expect me not to reach out to a minor and engage in this kind of conversation and then drive to their house? He already admitted that he had other people he's talking to. He could have gone to meet any of them.
sitting in my house by myself, and somebody talks to me.
Nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
You feel that lonely feeling, and you know.
Whatever,
And-
however that culminates itself.
And she tried and filled that, didn't she? She fulfilled that need.
Yeah, but then it turns around because of this crap, which I understand the need for doing it.
But
I don't.
So,
I think
so
there's
you
a
live
need for
alone.
There's a need for people out there, and
There's a need for people out there? What the hell does that mean?
yeah, and that need is fulfilled by. And the law enforcement. By the way, I'm in criminal justice. I hate to tell you that. That's the bottom line. But
all right.
but I am. I at UC I work for the criminal justice department. There is a need for people in this society to have a connection with somebody, and
He's just trying to pretend that he has some deeper understanding of what society is like and the human condition. None of that matters, Jim. The fact is that you picked someone who is very underage to do this with. There's no arguing around it or justifying it or if you see things from my point of view or if you really understood the way humanity feels. No, Jim. Shut the hell up.
I don't care. I don't want that where that connection comes from. I think is crucial, and that's where I've got fucked up, But don't judge me on that.
I'm not just.
Don't judge me on this horrible crime I tried to do. Look at his face there. He's just like he's in shock.
I'm not judging you.
I know you're not. I know, but eventually I will be. So yeah.
Yeah, eventually you'll be judged, and eventually you'll go to prison.
And I know that system, how it works.
If you know how that system works, why are you sitting here opening up and saying incriminating things in front of the detectives?
Jim, I can understand that, when you're feeling lonely and you feel like you have, you're just you just live by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you feel that lonely and you go home every night.
Yeah.
You're feeling lonely. You talk to Cheyenne.
Or whoever.
And whoever, you're chatting to Cheyenne here. You feel like you can feel. Do you feel like you can feel open to say things?
Right, and I don't, and I think it's unfair of the justice systems to condemn me for talking to somebody.
How? Of course we condemn you for it. And it's not, don't pretend that you were just talking to them. It's the content of your conversation and the inappropriate videos and pictures and webcam feeds that you were sending her of you doing disgusting things, and then you driving over to attempt to meet them. The justice system isn't going to allow grown men of this age or any adult to have these kind of conversations with a minor, let alone drive to their house.
If it's underage, I can understand that, and
Which it was.
That's where you come in. My relationship was created with my relationship to Cheyenne was because of the fact that
There was no relationship to Cheyenne. It was just a sting operation that you got caught in. Stop trying to pretend that this is some sort of bond that you two had.
that I closed that out, and I fault you guys with that.
You fault the police for that?
Because of the investigations or how you do that is that person who's making those communications starts to connect with the person. And that connection that
No one connected with you, Jim, and you didn't connect with them. This isn't like you were having some sort of, you were creating this bond or ongoing relationship or any sort of connection. This was just you repeatedly saying disgusting, inappropriate things to her, and everything else was just trying to suss out if she was a police officer or something and trying to find out when she was going to be home alone and all that kind of stuff. There was no connections being made here.
you make is not is maybe with the perverted people is one it's really negative. But with a person like me, it connects. There's somebody who's talking to me.
A person like him, like he's trying to pretend that he's just more vulnerable and just a more loving person than normal, so he's more susceptible to being tricked like this, ignoring the fact that he reached out to this person. He picked her because of her age. So none of what he's saying makes any sense.
And I don't know. You do what you have to do.
They don't need your permission, Jim. They're going to do what they need to do.
The bullshit. Let's go. I'm to the point, I'm lonely.
I could see if he never said anything inappropriate to her, if he was only just talking about other stuff and wanted to meet her, to meet a new friend, if he said anything like that, but he didn't. It was all just extremely vulgar, inappropriate stuff. Right off the bat. It's not like they built some sort of relationship and then this stuff came up. That was his point right from the beginning, right from day one. The opening sentence was just maybe not the opening sentence, but within a few sentences, it was just graphic and it just nonstop the entire time. So there's no way he wanted to make a connection with them. He could, at the beginning of this interrogation, he could like barely remember her name or anything about her. So he just like, it was just a body to him. He couldn't care less about the person. And now he's trying to pretend like it was just like the main focus was the relationship they'd built, and he was just tricked and taken advantage of. He's so full of shit.
I'm not going to get back to my ex-wife. I wouldn't do that anyway.
Yeah.
I have people who don't want to talk to me anymore. I don't care.
You have people that don't want to talk to you anymore? That's not surprising, Jim.
So I have somebody who's Cheyenne who talks to, or whoever it is, you, whoever is Cheyenne. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, maybe I went over the border, and if I did, that's what I'm paying the price.
So you spend a lot of time chatting?
I don't know what a lot of time is.
I guess it's relative.
A lot of time is how much time you spent talking to her.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, probably a couple hours a day,
Yeah.
maybe 3. And most of it's not chatting. Most of it's just trying to find someone who wants to talk.
Yeah.
And I think that's a major problem too.
What do you generally talk about with Cheyenne or other people?
You really have to ask. If you read his chat, if you even just look at like one tiny section of it, you'll know exactly what he generally talks about. It's one very specific subject, and we all know what it is.
Just whatever comes up?
Anything. Music.
And anything like that, like music that he talked about, was just him bragging that he used to be in a band.
The weather. Really. It really is. I'm trying to, I'm really being honest about that. I don't think it's going to go any further. I mean, you're going to, this great, wonderful thing, you're going to find out the answers to the world on chatting, but it's a whole world out there, and
What does that mean? How's that a defense? It's a whole world out there. He's just trying to imply like, hey, you guys don't understand what it's really like.
I have some real problems with what's going on right here, because I think it's an invasion of privacy.
Yeah, what he's basically saying is he wants to be able to do this kind of thing with an underage person and not get caught for it. He doesn't want anyone reading what he said to this. He wants to be able to commit the crime, but not have them, anyone like police, able to look into the evidence of him doing it. He wants to do it in private. Every criminal wants to do their criminal acts in private, but they're not allowed to. That's why if you get caught robbing a bank, they're going to check the security camera. You don't have privacy when you're trying to commit the crime.
Not in terms of the younger age. I think that somebody else should have stopped that before I got to it.
Well,
You should have stopped it.
I'm not a chatter.
Okay.
So if you could educate me a little bit on,
Okay. Perfectly.
where would you go to find
in the
somebody
case
to talk
in the
with?
case of the Cheyenne thing,
Mm-hmm.
that was done through Yahoo Messenger, who has, if you're 18, you're not allowed here. If you are, in the sessions, adult Kentucky. And in that regard, that's where I really come off with I think it's not fair for you to come at me. Except for the fact that up front, because of the way you guys do the way you do things, you make sure that you say it's 13, 14, whatever. But that shouldn't be there in the first place.
No, grown men should not be preying on the minors in the first place. You can't just say, hey, I should be able to do what I want because they should not be doing that. Hey, if you leave money on the table, it's not my fault that I steal it. You shouldn't be leaving it out there to tempt me to begin with. That's basically what he's saying. That it's the fault of the young girl for being there in the first place, and if they are there, then they're open game for anyone who wants to prey on them. That's kind of what he's getting at.
If it's going to be if it's going to be something that legally binds Yahoo or Goggle or whoever happens to be
Goggle.
to be an adult place to go, then if I go there and you even say that you're 13, why are you there in the first place?
Because young people try to get into places and things that they're not supposed to. That's why they ask for ID at liquor stores and bars, because people that are underage are going to try to get into the bars. They're going to try to buy alcohol and things like that. That's why you have to prove your identity. And if you are in a bar or somewhere and there's someone in there and they tell you they're underage, you're not allowed to just say, well, you know what? You have to be over 21 to be in here. Therefore, even though you told me you were underage, I'm going to assume that you're older. Like, no, it just means that they snuck in and they shouldn't be there to begin with. It doesn't mean they're open game. Throughout human history, young people always try to do things that they're not supposed to, and that's why there's fake IDs. There's all sorts of tricks they use. They try to get older people to buy them something. Like everyone, I'm sure, who's listening to this has done that kind of thing. We all know it, and it's not the job of an adult person to take advantage of that just because, well, they're supposed to be an adult to be here. Children are going to lie to get into places like this. They do all the time, and especially on the internet. Like a bar is going to be harder because the person at the door could look at you and not allow you in. On the internet, it's harder. It's harder to police that kind of thing. So if you do find someone that's underage, you should just report them to the app and then leave them alone, not have an inappropriate conversation with them and then drive to their house. Now Jim's just trying to pretend that he's the victim here.
How did you get through that first level? And I really have a problem with that.
Yeah, you protest it, Jim. You stick it to the man. You tell us how badly you've been treated and how wrong everyone else is except you.
You guys have heard this over and over and over.
I'm really interested in knowing how this chat thing
She just like ignores everything he just said and goes back to back to her original point.
works and how you met Cheyenne. What
I
type is there?
don't have an idea. I could go back to that. I don't know.
Stop interrupting people. He kept interrupting the decoy during that really, really frustrating phone call when he was trying to find the address. She was trying to like explain to him where to go because he couldn't find the house, and he would just constantly interrupt her, just talk over her, talk louder, and then get himself all confused.
I don't know what initiated the first conversation with Cheyenne. I don't.
I do. You reached out to her. They have it in the chat. You reached out to her.
Remember. It could have been 3 weeks ago. It could have been a week ago. I have no idea. But I know that maybe I went through and I looked and I went down my list of people who were adult cams, and I said, "Hey, you interested in talking?" Boom, webcam available, and the name comes up.
So you could tell that they had a webcam?
Yes, you can tell that.
Okay. So that's something that you look for
No,
when you
no,
talk
no,
to
no.
people?
I don't. No. I don't look for it. I don't
Oh,
look for
okay.
it. No, I look for somebody to talk to. You know, and
It's funny all these guys claim like, oh, they're just looking for friendship. They're just looking for someone to talk to because they're lonely. Yet they always seem to pick girls that are underage, or boys sometimes. It's kind of funny how that works. If you want someone to talk to, pick an adult, and it would be a better relationship because you'd have more in common, and you wouldn't be in trouble like you are now.
But if they have a webcam, even better.
no, it doesn't really matter. It
Oh.
really doesn't matter.
All that mattered was that he has a webcam because he was even getting frustrated because he was, doing inappropriate stuff, we'll say, on the webcam, and she was not acknowledging it, and he'd get all pissy and passive aggressive because she wasn't acknowledging the fact that he was doing this inappropriate act on the webcam.
It means
So it
that
doesn't matter if they have one. He just wanted to expose himself on his.
they're probably a prostitute and they're putting their stuff out in the camp.
Uh,
Most likely it means it doesn't mean a damn thing at all.
So what happens after that? Okay,
Okay, I put up a message out and they respond. And Cheyenne responds.
What happens after that? I'm not tech savvy. So
Okay. So Cheyenne responds. She said,
He's trying to pretend like he was just putting himself out there and she responded. No, you saw her on there and you approached her. How many times do I have to say this? I wish the detectives would just shut him down and say, "Don't lie." Just read the very first line of the chat. The very first line is him saying hello or whatever, something to reach out to her.
"Hi, how are you? Hi. Yeah, what you doing?" And it goes from there. And then if they're in the legal system and they're taking care of their little niches that they need to take care of, say, "Well, hey, I'm only 13. Oh, that's okay. Still want to talk to you. What's going on? How was school today?" And I don't mean that. It sounds so trite, and it doesn't mean in terms of me. I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher. Done it. How was your school today? Is not, well, let me get in and fuck you. That's not it. It's understanding that person.
Yeah, he might have asked about her school, but then he did what he just said. He would immediately change the subject back to very graphic, disgusting things.
And I guess that's what the
because they have social needs too,
they
just
have
like
social
you.
needs. Here, okay, and then in what is presented to me from Cheyenne or whoever it is, stupid said me as one, is here's this girl, supposedly girl, who supposedly is going through a divorce, whose parents are separated, not as an opportunity for me as a predator to go after them.
Here, I'm just looking up on his chat log. I guess I was a little bit wrong, but not exactly. He didn't speak to her first, but his very first interaction with her was sending her a, what does it say? It says the first contact was a webcam invite. So he didn't even reach out to her. He just sent her, he saw her age and sent her a webcam invite so that she could watch him naked doing stuff on the webcam. That was the very first interaction we had. So he wasn't even acknowledging her as like a person. He's just like, hey, there's a young person. I want her to watch me doing this. So he sends her a webcam invite. And then she responded, "Do I know you?" And then he responded, "Do you want to?" And then it went from there. So for him to try to say like he was just putting himself out there and she responded, it's like, no, he selected her for an invite. It wasn't like he just had this video out there and she looked at it and responded to him. He sent it specifically to her because he wanted her to watch. So yeah, he's a liar.
But as a person to try and answer questions and then I
You're
just
helping
thought-
them.
Except for, like I said, this afternoon, which I went way over.
Yeah, I don't do this kind of thing, except for this afternoon.
And I only went overboard because of the fact that I personally was frustrated. But that's the end.
You were personally frustrated, so you went overboard and said a bunch of inappropriate things to an underage person. Okay, Jim.
So do you see your role as helping them through their life as well as them helping you?
I'm always doing that. That's the person I am.
Yeah, we know what kind of person you are, Jim.
Sounds like you've done it for many years. I mean, you've helped people,
30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And not on the internet, but yeah.
Well, I'm not saying in your life. In your lifetime, you've helped many people.
To my colleague, it's next door to me. I'm helping her do what she needs to do. I'm not a bad person. I'm really not.
I beg to differ, Jim.
And I didn't hurt her. I hurt whoever this Cheyenne was, which was, and I knew it. I don't know. Maybe in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I knew this was bad. I knew this was bad. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking,
You
maybe
knew what was bad.
it was set up. It was all set up.
Oh, talking with her was a setup?
Yeah, from the beginning. And in that frame, I was hoping that it wasn't, but in the good nature that I am, not so much of it. I really wanted to help. I
How are you going to help her tonight?
I don't know. Tonight,
Mm-hmm.
talk with her.
What, like, who are you? You're a grown man who talks to minors online. Who are you to help this person in any way? Like, what benefit would come of her being in your presence alone with no adults around that this would somehow benefit her? She would get no benefit from this. Only you would, in your sick desires that you wanted to do.
Talk with her about this divorce thing that her parents were going through. I mean,
And yeah, when you're going through a divorce, every parent wants a random man off that their child meets online to drive over to their house and have a conversation alone with them. Like, what knowledge do you have that this person couldn't get from their parents or from their teachers or just from reading random things online or their friends? And all these other people who do not have inappropriate conversations with them and send them videos of themselves naked.
really, that was my just.
Do you think it could have been more?
No. Got it. Okay. Let me go back to who was talking about lesbian. I went to, like I said, a swingers club last night in Dayton. I walked down. 3 women there. That's not what I mean, sexual.
But in your chat, you asked if she would have
Well,
sex.
only because
Okay, this is gonna be brilliant. She's just like, Jim, you flat out asked her if she wanted to do this inappropriate thing. And he's like, only because there's no possible reason for this. There's no possible reason to justify this. But let's see what he says. I'm sure it's going to be amazingly insightful.
I was trying to get that corner into her to let loose and and I don't know.
What? Okay, that was the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I mean, Jim is dumb beyond all belief, but that even pushed the limit even lower.
Maybe in the wrong, maybe in the bad sense of things, maybe that was it. But I don't think it was. I wouldn't have followed through with it.
I think it was more just trying to get a connection with her.
Yeah, I really do. I think she just doesn't know where she's going. She doesn't know where she's going.
She's trying to figure life out, and you're trying to help her figure that out.
She's a freaking little kid. She's a minor. Of course she's trying to figure life out. You're not in any position to guide her, especially when you're talking about things like that.
Life out?
At least in my sense of it.
In your mind.
I would have. The last thing I wanted to do was come over here to Campbell County and meet a 13-year-old. Give me a break.
No breaks for you, Jim. You wanted to do it, and you know it.
Night I could have had 2 women. Why would I want to do that?
You could not have had 2 women, Jim. You could not have even had 1 woman.
But tonight you were just trying to help somebody.
I really feel I was trying to do that. I turned
Then you're delusional and lying to yourself. You were not trying to help this person.
her down twice. If you read those.
If you were trying to help them, you would have said things in your chat that would have seemed like you're trying to help them. And then you say, well, look, I want to talk to you more, so I'm going to meet you in person so we could further discuss the things we were talking about in the chat. And even that is still wrong because you can't go meet a minor when their parents are gone and they're alone. That's so wrong. But you would have given some indication, like these guys that claim, like, what I call the hero defense. Like, I was going over there to tell the girl that she shouldn't be meeting people online like this. If that was their intent, they would have said something like that in the chat. They would have tried to convince them over text, then gone over to say it more. But they don't. They only say inappropriate and very criminal things in the chat, and it's only after they get caught that they're like, oh yeah, I was trying to help the person. Bullshit.
I turned her down twice. I'm not coming. I'm scared. I don't want to do it. It's too much for me to do.
Yeah.
And
You spent an hour trying to get to her house. There was no indication that you didn't want to do this.
I really felt that way. But I was trying to. She was so certain. Now again, it's that. And this is the part that bothers me, is that provoking to get me to do something.
You were not provoked. She did absolutely nothing to provoke you. She was just faceless. Well, she had a face, like a picture, but she was just some entity on the other end of the chat that you assumed was an underage person. She did nothing to provoke you. They purposely do nothing to provoke them. They don't entice them in any way. They don't tease them in any way. All they do is they're just a minor that's there, and then the guy goes after them with all their sick shit and then claims that they were enticed. So every time you walk down the street, Jim, you see any underage person or any underage girl, you just, hey, they're there, I see them, I want them, so they're enticing me, so whatever I do is justified because I was somehow tricked, I was seduced into doing it, even though they did absolutely nothing to warrant it or to show that they were interested in this.
Without that provoking, if she'd have backed off, if it had been backed off, I would not even thought about it.
Yeah, but she must have really needed you for you
No,
to...
not
for
she,
her to-
whoever it is. Let's make clear.
Right, but what you thought was that she needed you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I go back to that in relationship to the police department, the criminal justice. You gotta watch out how far you take that, because there are people who do care about other people, and I'm. You can.
Like, these guys are just so terrible. Like, not only do they deny what they were trying to do when it's so obvious that they were trying to do it, but then they try to claim that furthermore, they're a better and more righteous person than normal people. That how could they possibly think that?
Write off this thing. You can take me to court and all that. I wasn't going to hurt that kid.
And I don't think you would.
I wasn't. There's no question about it.
Jim, I honestly think you were not going to hurt Cheyenne or whoever you thought you were going to meet tonight. Jim, I know you're not going to hurt her. Right?
I know that. No, I wasn't.
I don't think you had any.
I had more intention of hurting myself than I do of hurting her.
But you needed to fill a void.
No. It's not a void. I don't want to make it a void. I got people I talk to some places. Okay.
What a need.
I have a need to help people. Yeah. Maybe that's closer to it than filling a void. Because I do have people who have problems, and I have no problems. But yeah.
Relationships are hard, and
Yes,
it sounds like that the connection that you were making with her, she was innocent, you were innocent, you were just trying to help her, and it just got out of hand.
It got out of hand. I agree with you.
Yeah, and it's much easier to talk to a younger person because they're more open and.
No, it's not. We've heard these chats and these phone calls between the predator and the decoy. It's not easier to talk to them. It's awkward. These people have nothing in common. It's like, obviously the predator doesn't care anything about the person. They just want what they want. We know what that is. But how could they say that it's easier to talk to because they're more open? It's never just them talking about stuff. It's just very awkward conversations and long pauses and very cringy, gross things. Like, have you ever listened to any of these predator phone calls and you're like, yeah, that sounds like two people just really hitting it off. I could see how they're bonding. No, it's like, ooh, gross. What the heck? Like, it's just such an awkward conversation. Obviously, the detective is just making this up to try to get him to admit to things, but it's I don't know. It's it's bullshit.
And understanding.
But see, and again, this is the lesson I think that you need to learn. You're playing a role, and whoever's doing it is playing a role of something that they're not.
He just thinks he's such an intellectual. He's just so smart, so intelligent. He's gonna outwit the police. Yet he's basically like, they have enough, even without him shooting his mouth off here. They have more than enough evidence. They have the phone call. They have the chat. They have the fact that he showed up. There's no way out of this for him. But for him to sit here, deny everything, and then try to talk down to the detectives like he's the smart one, it's like, goddamn, this guy's arrogant on top of being a predator.
And when they play that role, they've got all this stuff behind them, all this garbage. Not garbage. It's not really garbage. It's really experience. Okay, they've got that behind them, and they're manipulating that all the way through it.
Mm-hmm.
And with a person or a good, successful, what do they call it, officer who is doing this, a good officer can remove that a little bit, so they can be innocent. To
What are you blabbering about? You're not making any sense.
bring that in, but the return on that, which is the problem, is the person from the outside who comes in. They don't see it as that person who has all that control, and therefore relax, give up levels of intensity that they might not have if they were talking to an adult. And therefore, because of relaxing that intensity, maybe some things out that need to get out, but also in my case, go overboard. And expect that person who's on the other side, who is intelligent enough and has the experience enough to really understand what's going on there, makes a critical judgment instead of an emotional judgment on what's happened to a person like.
Come on, guys, you're the detectives. Just tell him to shut the hell up and get on to the next question. I know you want to get him talking because he can say incriminating things, but this is infuriating. It's not as bad as listen to him try to find the house, but this is frustrating. I can't stand this guy.
I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, it does not make sense.
do what you have to do. I don't really care. I mean, I really do. It's either gonna crush my life, or we're gonna go.
I think
Yeah, it's going to crush your life because you deserve to have your life crushed for what you tried to do. It was revolting.
getting it off your shoulders and talking about it. I think at least you're making a step somewhere. I mean,
I'm not trying to get some damn 13-year-old in my bed. That's not it. If I want to get somebody in my bed, I go to the swingers club. I go to the people I date, which there are 3 or 4 that I know.
He just tries to pretend that he's just got all these options out there, like he's so popular that he doesn't need to do this because he has all these other women willing to just throw themselves at him. I doubt he has any. I bet you it's 0. He probably has a lot of women that he's talking to online and bothering. I doubt they enjoy talking to him, and I doubt he's meeting up with them. And he's trying to pretend like going to the swingers club is some option he has. He could find anyone there. But he already admitted that he went there and then left, i.e. got kicked out. So that's obviously not an option that's available to him. the only option he had, or I guess not the only option he had, the option that he chose was this particular underage person that he tried to go after. If he had so many other options, why didn't he go after them?
Delegate, and I can do that. I mean, that's not, I'm not a predator. I'm not that
You're exactly a predator.
in that ballgame. I don't like even young women. There's a little problem with that. I'm sorry.
There's a little problem with that. There's a big problem with that. And if you don't like younger women, why would you go after someone that was claiming to be this age? Whether or not you thought she was telling the truth, why are you even talking to them? If you have no interest in them whatsoever, why did you even send her that video request? Why did you even reach out, have this conversation? How did it get this far if you had no interest in it?
It's like young little guys. I'm not like, put them over there.
That's not your thing.
Okay, it really is something.
That's not your thing.
But it's not. But beyond not my thing. It's I don't. There are people out there who do, and that's
people like you.
It's not me. I'm really serious.
Jim.
We've had other predators say that before, that it's not me thing. Yeah, that's not me. It's like they don't want their identity to be associated with the kind of person that does this, but they know damn right well they are the kind of person that does this because they did it and got caught doing it. Like, the level of self-delusion, the self-deception is just incredible. How could you be like, I'm not the kind of person that smokes, yet you smoke a pack a day? Like, yeah, if you do it, you are a smoker. If you're the kind of person that does the kind of things that Jim does, you are a predator. How could you claim that's not you?
If I thought that was you, I wouldn't waste my time here with you. Because
yeah, he's trying to pretend like he's just talking to Jim for fun. No, you think that's exactly the kind of person he is, and you're talking to him because it's an interrogation. You're trying to get him to make incriminating statements so it's easier to convict him. Don't play with me, detective.
Felt that way, I'd say, you know what? Jim's like that. Throw you away, and out the door I go.
Okay, let me give you another indication.
Oh yeah, give us another amazingly long, convoluted, boring, stupid story, Jim.
Taught music for 31 years. I have never been arrested in that 31 years for any kind of child molestation or anything like that.
So what does that mean? Just because you haven't done it before doesn't mean you don't do it now. Sooner or later, every predator like this is going to do it for their first time. So you can't get caught the first time, and your defense is that you didn't get caught earlier doing it. It's like, well, you got caught now. Maybe you tried to do this a million times. Maybe you have done it a million times. We don't know, and we can't trust your word because you're a liar. But there's a good chance you have done this kind of thing before, or at least had, I guarantee this guy's had many, many inappropriate chats before. It's just you finally got caught. So you can't say, hey, the fact that I didn't get caught before means I didn't do it. Like, that doesn't make sense.
31 years, I've seen many, many kids go through my system and through the systems that I ordered.
So that brings up the question that Chris Hansen always asks. If you're telling the truth and this is the first time you ever even thought about doing this kind of thing, why now? Why would all of a sudden this be something that you choose to do?
It's the wrong ballgame. It's just not me.
Okay. So when you were online chatting and you felt that you felt like you were talking to somebody who possibly did understand and probably had some experiences, you felt like you could let go, right?
You know, it's funny to put it in perspective. Over the last couple weeks, in which China's been involved, I did not feel that way until tonight. And I don't know what made that difference. I have no idea what made that difference, but I felt like maybe it's a movement on the part of the people whoever did it to kind of motivate me to go that direction. No, I really was very, very cautious of not letting any information out, not even my emotions until tonight.
Tonight you felt, that you could be.
I guess I was
be free.
I was just looked down. I was tired of playing games and doing things and just backed off and just.
Oh, poor Jim. Such a lonely guy that got taken advantage of.
Okay, you want to talk? You want to get together? Here's my phone number. Give me a call. I'll do it. I mean, really, it's
And you let your guard down.
I let my guard
You let
down.
your guard down.
I let my guard down only because of the fact that I had my guard up for weeks,
Yeah.
and only and through that guard that I had,
Every word that comes out of Jim's mouth pisses me off. Just the way he says everything. He tries to sound so smart while just trying to make us pity him, even though he's clearly in the wrong here. He's clearly the predator.
I thought maybe she needs some help. Maybe she needed to talk to somebody.
Oh, shut the hell up.
Maybe
That's probably true. Maybe she did need to talk to him and talk to someone because she has predators trying to take advantage of her. The person she needs to talk to is a trusted adult, not random sick man from the internet. She talks to her parents or a counselor or a teacher, some trusted person who's trained to deal with children's issues like this. It's no one wants their kid talking to just a random creepy old man that they meet online.
she was moving in a direction that I could help her in some way. Really.
Help her with what? Help her? How could you possibly help her? What training or experience do you have to be helping any human being, let alone a minor?
That's the honest answer.
And what did you want to talk to her about? I mean regards to
I wanted to open up those channels. I don't know where she was in that regard. I wanted to open it up so she could talk to me. And she in the past she was guarded too.
And she,
For
you talked about a lot of things. You said you talked about, different things. How was it you guys talk about? I know you said
They
you
did not talk about a lot of different things. They talked about one thing in particular.
let your guard down, and you're feeling lonely. How many times did you guys talk about sexual things?
I
Not
don't know, probably 700-800 maybe.
and nothing until tonight.
Okay, nothing.
That I'm
What
aware.
does it mean nothing until tonight? Unless this all happened over the course of one day, it was pretty much right from the beginning.
Are you aware?
I don't remember anything. The connotation of the, and if it was like really off the wall.
Off the wall.
Yeah, it wasn't like as straightforward as it was.
So what do you consider straight, kind of off the wall? Just something that you remember to talk about.
I don't remember. I don't remember specifically.
You guys, you just off the wall things, maybe about giving a blowjob or anything like that, or
Oh, talking about what kind of relationship do you have? What she have with her boyfriend?
okay.
I mean,
Did you guys go deeper than that?
He ever touch you?
Yeah.
About that? That's about it. That's about the extent of it. That's about the bottom of it.
Up on it? Did she ever talk to you about going deeper than that? Any?
Not until tonight.
Okay.
And I'm not sure she really went that far with me as much as I went with her,
Yeah.
which is my problem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What'd you guys talk about tonight that just kind of seemed like everything?
I don't know what it was about tonight. I don't know what provoked that. Maybe it's just a commonality or just a talking over a period of time, which is probably a lot of it.
Kind of culminated over a couple
No,
of weeks.
it wasn't a culmination. It was more. It was more of a relaxed nature between two people.
Is he talking like they're somehow equals? Like it's just this was a thing between two people. No, this was one person dominating the interaction and the other person being a minor.
Like I said, it wasn't a culmination of things. It was more of a relaxed nature of. Understand each other.
So you felt like you were on the same page.
Yeah, yeah.
How could you be on the same page? You're like as old as her grandpa. You're not on the same page at all.
That we could talk about something.
And you were open. You guys were open.
I agree with that. I think for some reason it became more open tonight than ever before, and then obviously it exploded. But again, I jump on you guys for that. I jump on you for that because that what I needed, whether it was Cheyenne or Joe Blow, I needed somebody to talk to, and instead of some.
But he keeps going back and forth. He says he needs someone to talk to, but then he goes and says that he has so many other options. There's so many other women that he has that he's chatting with. So which is it? You're lonely and have no one to talk to except Cheyenne, or you have so many women to talk to? And if you do, why not talk to them? Because they're not claiming to be underage, which is going to get you in trouble.
Somebody to talk to, I ended up with investigations.
Well,
I understand. I don't criticize you for it. Don't misunderstand.
I understand.
It's a real social. And it's a real social problem. I don't know how often. Do you do this every night?
It's a real social problem. Yeah, catching predators is a real social problem. No, the social problem is grown adults who do this kind of thing, which is why we keep having to do these kind of stings. If we ever get to the point in society where this just doesn't happen anymore, they will no longer do these stings. And until that day, we have to keep doing it so we can catch bastards like this.
No. This is Jim. You know, like I said before, we're just trying to get at what happened tonight and what's been happening. And you know, I understand that you've had a rough time. You needed to talk to somebody.
Yes.
You could have went out with 2 women or 3 women the other night.
15.
No, 0. It's 0, Jim. Let's not kid each other.
I mean, right. Last the other night,
Yeah.
2 nights up there.
Talking to Cheyenne made you feel good. Kind of let you.
It solved a problem, but it didn't solve a problem
I don't think it solved the problem. I think it created a very big problem for you.
in terms of I didn't do anything except for talk.
Yeah. And when you. And then tonight was just a culmination of, you know, you felt like, you know, hey, maybe I need to see her. Maybe she can actually, I can open up to her.
And that is really essentially it. You know, would it come to in some sexual thing? I'm not going to say it wouldn't, but I'm in the sun.
So you're basically admitting to it. That's the whole reason you're under arrest. Why would you go through all these bullshit denials you have and then admit that you probably would have done it?
The other side of me, which
I mean, it's true, but I don't know why he's admitting it. It looks bad.
which it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have. It I can't believe your phone's ringing. It would not have. It would never reach that point because of the person I am, and because I would never take advantage of her. If you go back on those, and you'll see it. How many times I asked her, "Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure?"
But that's not a defense for you. She's not allowed to make that decision. She can't consent. So it doesn't matter if you made sure she wanted to do it. Even if she's sure she wanted to do it, she's not allowed to, and neither are you. So that doesn't make you look bad. It makes you look like a scumbag.
Sure. And the reason why is because I didn't want to hurt her. I didn't want to. She was young, supposedly. She was young, and I did not want to do that. I really, this young thing.
I don't think you, Jim, you did not. I know you didn't want to hurt her.
No.
And you went there tonight to see her, to help her out, you know, and things could have, you know, but you would. I don't think if anything would have happened. And I'm talking anything.
Okay.
You would have never hurt her. Jim, I know that.
No, I wouldn't.
You would you.
That's not me.
That's not you. But you were there for her. You were trying to be there for her, and you came here
This detective isn't being as annoying as he is in the Tim Kind interrogation, but he's still kind of annoying me.
for that reason, to be there for her tonight.
And let's be realistic about that too.
Yeah.
I came here to be for her, possibly sexually too.
Yeah.
And
So he's flat out admitting to it. Like, the interrogation should be over here. Okay, he admitted to it. Going to jail.
but I don't know if I could have ever done that. I don't think I could ever. I mean, I'm serious. I told you this, went to the Swingers Club. So I've been dating. I have gone there twice,
Yeah.
and I've walked away because no.
So he's gone there twice and gotten kicked out? He did not walk away. Okay, if you went there once and changed your mind and left, why would you go back another time and walk away again? Why don't you just stop going there? Guaranteed he got kicked out. They wouldn't let him in.
That's not what I want. I want to go to some place and meet somebody who really, really needs what I am, not
No one needs what you are, Jim. We know what you are, and no one needs it.
my dick. You know?
He wants you for you. Wants Jim.
Yeah, and I'll do a hell of a lot for that. We can go into personal
Yeah.
details on that, but there are people. There are people in my life who would do anything for me to just give up everything I have and just go with them. But I won't do it.
Because they're not underage. Is that why, Jim?
And there are other people on the inside who need every bit of me, and I can't give them that because I've got this other person who really needs me, who won't say the thing.
And tonight. Go ahead.
This girl made no indication that she needed you. There was nothing about it that was that type of relationship. It was just him being naked on camera, saying inappropriate things to her, and her just kind of rolling with it because she's a decoy that was trying to catch him.
Sounds like there's a lot of relationship issues going on
Oh,
for
absolutely.
you right now.
Oh, absolutely. I have no question about it. I can be specific about it. You want specifics, or you want to talk about legalities? I have a girlfriend who won't get married, who doesn't want to see me.
After all this talk about being lonely and needing someone and wanting to help people and trying to form relationships and bonds and all this crap, and then he just drops that he has a girlfriend. So why weren't you spending time with her?
And except for on the weekends when she wants to get fucked. Okay. I have another woman who would love for me to just move in with her. I can't.
I just love how Jim's portraying himself as like the most popular predator out of every guy we've seen. He just has so many women that are going after him. I bet you he has nobody.
Move in with her because she's not going anywhere. She's not. I want this one to come around, but she never will. So what I do, juggle phone calls on those two. Then we add in the other emotions, okay, so I can't satisfy any one of the two. I know I can see you're gone on this. You have no clue what I'm talking about. But this is all going on.
But these are your feelings.
Yeah.
These are your feelings.
Well, no, they're beyond my feelings. So they're people who affect my feelings, and they're people who I can get down on my knees and say, stop this shit.
And
they so.
I'm just looking at his chat here on my phone. And the very first communication that he had with the decoy, like after sending the webcam invite, when they first spoke, it was 7:25, and then it was at 7:30. So 5 minutes later, he says, "I'm in my 50s and horny." So for him to say like it wasn't until the afternoon here when he got caught that they started talking about that. No, it was right from the very, very first day, and this was what 4/01/07, so like April 1st. Is that what that is? And then it ended Looks like it went on for at least 12 days. So, yeah, 12 days. It took 5 minutes for him to say something very inappropriate and to make his intentions clear. And then out of a 12-day chat, he tries to pretend it was only the afternoon of the last day that he got inappropriate. No, it was from the like, just pick any random page here. I'm just kind of scrolling quickly through it. Every single thing you look at is inappropriate. So he's full of shit.
Eventually, I'll die, and everybody else will go on.
And tonight,
It's just, as I said, I don't care. I don't want to be involved in a whole bunch of legal shit. I've been there before. It's not major, but
Yeah.
I know what it's like. I know what this shit is like.
I wonder what he's been there before. Like, for what? He said he's never been arrested before.
And
but you wouldn't be there for her tonight.
I wanted to help somebody out. I
And
wanted somebody. Her mother was not around. Her father was not around, and she didn't know what to do.
And she had
I danced.
emotional feelings, sexual feelings.
Mm-hmm.
She had a multitude of feelings.
Right. And I could answer some of those by my dialogue, obviously.
Yeah.
You never did. You never answered any of that. You never gave any indication you cared or had any concern for this person. All it was is you being naked and doing stuff on camera. And then when she wouldn't acknowledge it or say anything about it, he'd get all pissy and wouldn't talk to her for a while.
And it backfired.
You know, but right now, we're talking about it, and that's the main point. I mean, you could come in there and say that, you know,
I still feel sabotaged.
Oh, fuck you, Jim. You were not sabotaged.
I'm not trying to sabotage you.
But I feel sabotaged.
Yeah.
Because
No, you just feel caught. You're just upset that you got caught before you were able to do this. And you wasted your time and you weren't able to do this hugely criminal, immoral act that you wanted to do. That's why you're upset. That's why you felt you got caught. Or that's why you feel that you've been somehow tricked or taken advantage of.
because of the fact that I'm not out there fucking the 13-year-olds
Of
and
course, because we arrested you before you could do it.
or getting them drunk and taking them up to hotels, and as we obviously know from the news today. I'm not doing that.
He's trying to pretend like other people that do this are bad, but I'm not the kind of guy that does this. But you got arrested trying to do it, and you would have done it if you didn't get arrested. So how can you differentiate the other guys from you? You're the exact same, and you're worse than most.
And I don't have a desire to do that.
But you felt a connection tonight,
I
and tonight
felt
was,
she needed,
and she needed you, and you,
and I needed her in some sense. I
and
needed to be able to.
let yourself go.
No. I needed to
help her.
There's a needy thing.
To help her.
I needed to fulfill a need of somebody, and I've always
Yeah, you need to fulfill a need, and we know exactly what that need is.
done it all my life. I would go back to history with my school,
Yeah.
and it's always that, trying to find some way to help some kids, and I really felt that.
You shouldn't say that, Jim. That sounds really creepy, given what you were arrested for.
I really felt that need. It's not bullshit. It's just the way I feel.
That's bullshit. I mean, if that's the way you feel, I mean, I don't think that's bullshit.
Well, I know, but on the outside of it, people look at it. They don't see it.
But you have feelings. I mean, you'd be inhuman if you didn't have feelings. And tonight was about feelings.
It was.
Tonight was about feelings, and tonight was about you trying to help someone who you thought you needed.
Help them is the key word there.
Yeah,
And
and you
to-
wanted to share.
I wanted to
With
be.
them.
I wanted to be able after the discussion of the we talked about if it's sexual or whatever it happens to be. I wanted to share that this is how I would see it. What do you need? Where do we go from there? How does my role change with you?
You have no role, Jim. He's trying to act like he's someone in this girl's life that is necessary. You should not be talking to her to begin with. Regardless of what you talk about, it's absolutely wrong. You should not reach out to this person or have anything to do with her life whatsoever. You're a strange man from the internet. Let alone the fact that you had an extremely inappropriate discussion with her and then traveled to meet her. He's just trying to act like there's something in their life. No, like not at all. You have no reason to be talking to this girl.
Enough labor. Do what you have to do.
You know,
Keep saying that. They don't need your permission.
Jim, you've said several times that, you know, you feel sabotaged.
Mm-hmm.
We're not here to make life harder for you.
Yes, they are.
I mean, you're in the situation that you're in, and right now we have an opportunity to talk through things and maybe get you in a better situation so that you don't feel sabotaged.
Okay, in that relationship, in that perspective, how do I deal? I'm going to be online, unless you guys chop up in arms and take my job away. And deal with that when I see somebody who does have a need.
You didn't see someone that had a need. You just saw a random profile of an underage girl and then sent her a request for her to watch you on video. And you on video, you were naked and doing inappropriate acts. I'm trying not to say it on YouTube and get in trouble, but we know what exactly what you were doing. You just sent her that video. You wanted her to watch. And that you brought that up over and over again in your chat. Anytime where you're like, hey, are you still watching? And they're like, yeah. And if they weren't paying attention to you and giving the attention you wanted, acknowledging what you were doing, you would get angry and get all passive aggressive and say you're not going to talk to him anymore. And everything you said to them was inappropriate. So what the hell are you talking about that you saw someone in need? She didn't post anything about being in need. You just saw her and wanted to expose yourself to her.
I don't mean searching out. I'm not talking. I'm somebody. That's a whole other thing. I never have gone to somebody on the internet who hasn't responded to me. However that plays a perspective and how you deal with the job that you do. For me, once they respond to me, then I have not an obligation. I need to. Do I need to answer them, or do I shut it off? And that is real.
You shut it off. What the hell are you talking about? I don't get what he's saying. He's saying that he reaches out to people, and if they respond, he's obligated to talk to them. You're not, and you shouldn't be reaching out to minors to begin with.
It's really hard for me.
Yeah.
That is really hard. When somebody said hi, after I said hi to them,
She did not say hi. You sent her a video request so she could watch you being naked on camera, and her response was, "Do I know you?" And you said, "Do you want to?" And then and then she said, "Age, sex, location." You said 50s, horny. So right off the bat, we know exactly what you intended to do, and it wasn't to help her.
I mean, just that simple. Just that simple. If I don't respond to them, it says, "Oh, well, he doesn't care." It's like
What do you mean if you don't respond to them? She responded to you because you sent her the invite. You were the one that reached out first. He's trying to act like if he doesn't have this conversation with this underage person that they're going to be somehow hurt. Even if that's true, which it's not, it doesn't mean you have to have a very inappropriate conversation with them and then send them nonstop videos of yourself performing naked in front of them. You don't have to do that. You could politely let them down. You could be like, "Thanks for reaching out. It's nice to meet you. However, I'm in my 50s or 60s, so it's inappropriate that we talk. But I wish you the best of luck and goodbye." Something along those lines. It's not going to hurt them. He's just trying to act like he had to have this 12-day long, prolonged conversation of very inappropriate things and then try to drive to their house. And if he didn't do it, he was going to hurt their feelings. Therefore, he was actually doing her a favor. That is complete bullshit, Jim.
37,000 other people don't care, you know? And I have a real problem with that, because if somebody responds to me, I always respond to them.
But this isn't you just like them, by them responding to you. It's not like you're saying hi and they say hi back. It's you sending a webcam invite. So if they accept that, the very first thing that they see or hear of you before you even say hello is you naked performing on camera. That is how you want to introduce yourself. And then you act like if they respond in any way, it's your duty to respond back. But what in what world is that an appropriate way to greet anyone, let alone a person who's underage?
Okay, I'm sorry. What do we do here?
What we're doing here is arresting you and putting you in prison.
If you could talk more about the information that you exchanged with Cheyenne as far as pictures or
I never.
chat.
I did have my webcam, and my webcam has been.
It was on nonstop, and you were naked touching yourself the entire time, the entire 12-day long conversation.
Both, it's been both visual, as I mean, obviously seeing me, and facially, genitalia.
Yeah, exactly. Genitalia.
Genitalia.
Yeah.
How many times would you say?
I would say maybe one or two times that she.
One or two times. It was nonstop. You brought it. That was like the main topic of discussion. You were always like, "Hey, are you watching? Hey, you watching?" And she was getting frustrated. Like, "Yeah, I'm watching." And then anytime she wasn't watching, you're like, "Okay, fine, whatever. If you don't want to talk to me, goodbye." You get all pissy about it. So what do you mean one or two times?
Yes.
And even if it was one or two times, that's still criminal. That's still absolutely one or two times too many.
Accepted to see me that way.
And that was on Yahoo.
It was on Yahoo, and it was her. I never forced it on her. She always asked to have an exception, to accept it. But not. It's not always been genitalia, but that.
Face, genitalia. So there's multitude of different things.
Yeah. But that's only, and again, only because of the fact that that's the way I was at that point. Not that I was. No. Okay. Cheyenne is going to be on, so let's put it on my dick. No, it was never that. It was.
That is exactly what you were thinking.
It was there. I just clicked on.
The fact that you had to bring that up as something that you were not planning means that it's exactly it was on your mind. It's exactly what you were planning to do. It's exactly what you did.
Webcams available. She accepted it or not accepted it. In most cases.
And if she didn't accept it, you would get very angry and keep pestering her until she did accept it.
And she
And did acknowledge it.
always accept it either.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, was this in response to the conversation you were
No,
having,
there was
or
no. There was usually no conversation in relationship to that.
Yeah, there's no conversation. All that stuff about you trying to help her and trying to form a bond and all this other crap. That never really happened. It was just you naked on camera saying inappropriate things. And anytime the conversation changed to something else, you would change it right back.
No,
And if she didn't, you would just get angry.
no conversation. Nothing. Is this an adult cam? No, even that. It's cam is available. If you want, you can say it. If you don't.
When you sent that,
But that's again. But in relationship to other people other than Cheyenne, that was common practice for me.
what did you hope when?
If somebody wanted to look at it, they could look at it, decline, look at it, stop, go on, do their own.
so?
That was my
Yeah.
and that was my. That was what I expected them to do. If they didn't want to see it, they didn't do it. If they did see it and they didn't want to look at it, they could click off.
So you sent it as something as if she wanted to view it, she could view it. If she didn't want to view it.
Exactly. And I would have done that I would have done that beyond Cheyenne, way all the any other people that I had.
Like, that's disgusting. Everyone you talk to, you send inappropriate videos to, or you try to get them to watch you doing that. Like, how could you do that and just claim that you're a good person? And he's just not discriminating. The fact that you're willing to do that with someone underage is horrible.
Contact with. I mean, when you go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and you get a response, and you put on my webcam is available.
Yeah, Jim, if you're doing this hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, trying to send inappropriate videos of yourself performing on camera, and you're just sending these videos to hundreds and hundreds of people like you claim, and it's rare for them to respond, maybe it means that what you're doing is kind of gross, and maybe people don't like it, and maybe you should stop doing it. Look at his face here.
That's it. And then you get that choice.
So, when you said that there were webcam shots of your genitalia,
Mm-hmm.
what was going on? Was there masturbation involved?
Not in all cases, no. Just there.
Just,
There was masturbation in places of people who did have a
So that's a yes, Jim. Stop just saying a bunch of bullshit. The answer is yes.
connection with me. Okay, in other words, people who stayed with me and been long. Short term, no.
what about with
What about
Cheyenne?
No, I don't think so. That may be just a, I don't remember, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I think it was more like, here's a guy's thing, More that was more of it.
More of an education for her.
I think so.
How is that educational? If someone really wanted to see that kind of thing, they could look it up online. They don't need to see yours, Jim. You're not helping anyone by sending them pictures and videos of your dick.
So she was, at least whoever she is. We go back to that.
Yeah.
It was more of a
Exploratory.
This is what a guy looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, your boyfriend looks like, you ever touched that, your boy?
And why is it necessary for anyone to see that, let alone an underage person? That is horrible. He's trying to act like he was doing it for their benefit or something. No, he's just doing it because it aroused him. That's the only reason. It was only for his own sick, demented pleasure.
Boyfriend. Oh yeah, I touched him once. That kind of- Nothing more than that.
Nothing
for
more
her.
than
That I remember.
I remember.
He's just trying to downplay it. Like, that's all it was. Yeah, that. How could you not know that that's wrong?
And you said you only did that like one or two times? You sent something out, or?
Probably one or two times. No more than that.
And then tonight, you said you were going to be for her in various issues, because some with her parents, and
She said her mother was working at the hospital and that she was free and I connected and
you
I gave her my phone number,
gave her your phone number.
which was a big step for me.
Yeah, well,
Well, big
Yeah, you're really taking a risk there, Jim, giving a minor your phone number. You're the one that's definitely at risk there in that interaction.
step for me because number one, I didn't even know where she lived,
yeah.
and
Yeah, and as soon as you found out where she lived, you drove to her house.
and then we followed through with that and that fiasco. Been driving all over.
Driving.
Highland.
How'd you find her? How'd you find her place there?
Luckily.
Did you get like a MapQuest or?
I had originally had a
No, he just had a very frustrating hour-long odyssey that was the most frustrating thing to listen to, of him trying to find the house and her giving directions and him not listening to the directions and constantly getting lost. It was mind-boggling, and it pissed me off so much.
a map, but
Yeah, go find either on my channel go find my commentary on it, or just listen to the original Jim Rauch phone call if you haven't already. I put it off for years of being a TCAP fan, and everyone was saying to listen to it, and I never did. And part of me regrets doing it because it made me so angry. But it's entertaining in that it's so frustrating. But yeah, it was horrible.
But we never. I spent an hour looking. Her directions were terrible. Or whoever it is, their directions were terrible.
They were terrible.
Yeah, they were.
So did you have to call her back, or?
She called me, but then obviously that was.
And that's where you kind of asked where is this?
Well, where
at?
am I going? What am I doing?
Was it a cell phone? Or?
I'm not sure.
Or your
I had a
home
cell
phone.
phone. I had a cell phone.
So she was calling you on your cell phone?
Or whoever it was.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you ever called her on your cell phone or anything
No.
like that?
No, never. Not till night.
And tonight, I know a lot of things. You wanted to express certain things. You wanted to.
Spit it out, buddy.
I'm trying to express your feelings, Jim.
Okay,
I'm trying to express your feelings, and because I want to get it right. I don't want to say something that's not right.
Okay.
But tonight, you wanted to see how she was emotionally, sexually. Does that where the condoms come into play?
Were the what?
Condoms she had on you?
I wanted to put them in my pocket, which I did last night also.
Yeah.
But maybe that should be noted.
Yeah.
I put the condoms in my pocket tonight.
Yeah.
If something culminated that it went that direction, at least
You want to feel you want to be safe?
Okay. The same reason why I had them in my pocket last night, in case of when I went to the swingers club, I would.
Well, he's just admitting that he's bringing condoms, which shows intent, but he's also admitting that it was possible that some sort of illegal activity was going to occur. So what's all the bullshit that he thinks if he just keeps talking, he can admit to something, but if he just keeps blabbing about it, somehow it will justify it and make the detectives think that it's not as bad as it sounded. But they don't care about all the bullshit he's spewing out. All they care is that he's bringing condoms to meet this underage person and claiming that something might have happened.
Have them in that case.
And you protect yourself.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Number one, I protect myself. Number two, I protect the person who's involved.
Just like I said, you care about people. I can understand that you would want, like you said, you didn't want to hurt nobody.
Exactly.
And that's and tonight.
It's really annoying me how this detective, he's saying this over and over again. You just made a mistake. You didn't intend to hurt anyone. Like, it's obviously a ploy to try to make Jim, play along with it, but he's kind of doing it too much. It's getting annoying.
In after action, you were at least been prepared.
I was prepared if it came to that point.
Yeah.
Which, did I really expect it to be there? No.
Did you want it to be there?
Oh yeah, I'd love to be. Only in the sense that I'm frustrated as hell. I mean,
Like, do you know how incriminating that is? He's saying that he wanted it to happen after that chat and him driving there. So he thinks this is like a defense? Does he really think that he's winning this interrogation? He's going to get off the hook? He's just admitting to everything.
do I want to swingers club? Nobody there? No. I can go down the list.
Up and down, up and down.
I can go down the list. It's been 2 weeks since I've had a. And yeah, I'm frustrated as hell. But expectations of it being there, not any more than anything else. Really. And it really is an aggressive nature on my part.
But you have feelings. I mean.
Well, but what I'm thinking of is, okay, I'm going to go over and meet her, so what happened, whatever happens, okay, it's fine. And then I'm thinking about, okay, well, I'm going to stop over at Rhino's. Over after it's over with, maybe there's, Rhino's? Rhino's is over, it's a bar over in Eastgate. And okay, so if if this like doesn't happen or whatever, I'm ready. That's exactly.
Is he trying to act like this was a maybe kind of thing? Like he wasn't fully determined to find that house? He's kind of act like, yeah, maybe it wasn't something that was important to me. I had other things I could do. No, he was fully intent on finding that house.
And things would have went. Say things would have went differently tonight, and we were not here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you could have had a relationship with Cheyenne? Do you think there was enough of a connection there that you could have a relationship with her?
I think it's too early.
But you did feel
The correct answer to that should be no.
connected. You did feel connected to her.
I felt connected to her, but but it was too fast.
He only felt connected because she was willing to go along with all his disgusting bullshit because she was a decoy and they were trying to catch guys doing this kind of thing. He had no connection to her whatsoever, and the only connection that would have formed was him just repeatedly doing this stuff to her if it was real, because that's all he wanted from her.
Too fast.
Now he's trying to act like he wanted to like go slowly and ease his way into it so that they could form their relationship. No, he flat out said multiple times exactly what he wanted to do.
It probably would have been one of those things where we sat down, have the iced tea, and I went home. And that's what's so bad about this, because that's where I
No, what's so bad about this is the fact that you were trying to do this stuff to this girl.
was. You know, maybe she wasn't the same same area, but or whoever it is. But for me, I really was not trying to. It's not this predator trying to.
Well, Jim, funny you mention that right now because I just happened to be looking at the TCAP wiki page for him, and his quote that he said while he was driving, I'm going to have to censor it a bit. He said, "The bottom line is I'm going to find where the F you are, then I'm going to take you to my house and F your brains out." That's what he said to her while talking on the phone while driving to meet her. So how could he be saying any other bullshit denying what his true intent was?
And
Jim, we've done went over that.
Okay, but the point is, you still think that so there's some sense of that.
But Jim, if you made a mistake, I can handle. You made a mistake tonight.
I did not contrive this girl into having sex with me. What I did was I tried to meet with her,
to help her out.
to help her out in what she needs to do. She's going through some stuff with her.
Yeah, she's going through some stuff because she has creepy 60-year-old men perving on her.
That's really true. And then I still go on with my life.
And that's different from a predator.
Yeah.
Well,
I hope so.
No, that is the exact definition of a predator.
Who
God, I hope
takes,
so.
you know, Jim, I see the difference. Okay.
Yeah.
And I see.
Stop playing along and trying to the whole pretend he's really a good guy bullshit. I wish they would just call him, just confront him, just call him out on it. Get him to admit it. Just be like, look at what you said. Like, be like the Ohio cops. Just come down on this guy. It'd be much more satisfying. These guys don't deserve to have you play along with their bullshit.
So because I certainly
there's a
not there.
clear distinction there.
Okay. Well, I just I don't want that clapped on top of me. I've spent many years not keeping away from it, but being aware that it's out there, and just being careful.
Yeah.
What the hell is he talking about? He spent years being aware that this is out there, being careful. Is he saying that he's been trying to do this stuff for years and be careful not to get caught?
And then the fall on this is like,
Well, you've not had any issues before.
no, not at all, not at all. But the thing is, music teacher, elementary school, there's magnitudes of shit out there for that, and things like this. If this had ever happened to me, I would be fired from West Claremont immediately, because of the fact that there is that stigma, and because of the
Yeah, wow, funny that there'd be a stigma to doing this kind of thing, Jim.
fact that, I'm since retired, so that it doesn't matter anymore. But you should know that. You should know that those
You tell him, Jim. You tell these police officers what they should know.
qualifications that come along with that territory, and it's not just music teachers, it's the other teachers as well. Any male teachers in the elementary grade.
And like I said, I don't consider you in that category. And
Okay.
while
Speak for yourself, buddy.
I'm here, is there anything? I don't think they expect I would find anything, but is there anything in your vehicle that I should know about? Anything?
I don't think so.
Would you mind if any of the officers would look through to
Oh,
see?
I've no absolutely not at all.
Okay, so you don't mind if they look through your vehicle? To see
If they fill up my tires with air.
Well, I don't. I will ask them.
I'm sorry,
I will ask them, but I don't know what you'll get.
The reason I say that is because my light can't.
Shut the hell up, Jim. He's trying to pretend like he's just one of the boys. He's just laughing along with them like they're all like on the same side. They're just laughing and joking around. I bet you in his mind he thinks he's winning this. He thinks like, I got them on my side. They understand my points. I'm so smart. He still went to prison.
My air pressure is
Well, I will.
No,
I'll let them know.
there is not a damn thing in that car.
But you don't mind them taking
So
a
you don't
look?
mind them
absolutely
searching?
not at
You
all.
want me to go get those forms?
Yeah, if you
I don't do drugs. I don't do that kind of.
Again, it seems like maybe I didn't notice it before, but it seems like every commentary I do now, they're like, I don't do drugs. Like, so maybe you should. Maybe you should pick up that hobby instead of what you're doing, because it's a slightly better, even though it might be illegal, not good for you. It's a hell of a lot better than harming an innocent person. They just think, hey, I don't do drugs, I don't drink, therefore I'm a good, strong, moral person. Yet they do this kind of thing, and then they use the not doing drugs as a defense.
I do drink, but
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, hand me my paper and pen there if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay. You know, I've had my drinks and I've done that share of that shit. I was a professional musician for years and years. Never did drugs.
Never did drugs or anything?
About the only time I ever, well, I could one experience. I'll share.
What?
Okay, I'll share. It was with my ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
We were, I guess we were like, oh, I don't know,
Yeah, we're in for another bullshit story.
3 or 4 years marriage. We had a 30-year marriage. And she said, well, I want to try that pot shit. Okay, so I made arrangements to get this pot from somebody. I don't remember who it was. And we had rolled these little cigarettes and stuff.
That'd be funny if they found out who sold it to him. It's like after like 40 years, some guy just gets arrested for selling pot because Jim Rauch ratted him out.
And didn't feel a fucking thing, right? She took a one draw of this, and she got deathly sick.
Wow.
I mean,
Hilarious story, Jim.
deathly sick. I'm telling you, at the end of the whole evening, I had called the doctor, and I had taken her to the hospital.
So you had a whole night of just her idea.
Oh God! It was,
Oh.
That's one of the only 2 times. The other time was I was playing a New Year's Eve job in Ashland, Kentucky, and the snow was really bad, and I had helped move some equipment and stuff, and they pulled me back and they took me to the hospital, and they gave me a damn shot of morphine at that time in Ashland. I couldn't sit up at the piano. I swear to God, I couldn't play. I couldn't play with shit. They'd hired.
Does Jim just think he's like a funny, fun-loving, hilarious guy? Like his whole story and the whole way he's acting is making me even more angry at him.
For like $100 for that night, and I could just that's my drug thing. I drink vodka.
Oh yeah, that's the end of your drug story. So back to your trying to prey on minors story, Jim. That's the focus of the matter here.
I drink a lot of different things, but probably a couple drinks a night.
Just a couple drinks tonight. Yeah, that's what you said tonight. You said you just had a couple drinks.
Yeah.
A couple vodka tonics, I think you said.
And that's what I usually do. I usually come home, take a couple,
They should have nailed this guy for DUI on top of everything else.
a couple drinks and just relax, and that does me.
Can I get home, just kind of relax a little bit?
And I do at home. I do, and until I get a phone call that says, "Hey, you want to come over?" I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jim, we're just talking here, and that's the main thing. You know,
I really have not done anything wrong here.
How could you say you've admitted to things? You've admitted to bringing condoms and that you might have something might have happened. You admitted to saying inappropriate things to her, even though you say it was only in the most recent afternoon, but you still admitted to doing it. How could you say you did nothing wrong? You admitted to showing your genitals on the camera to her. After all this, he still thinks he did nothing wrong?
Except for follow up on something that somebody else has provoked me to.
And you know, you like we talked.
How could she provoke you to? You just saw her profile and then sent her a request for her to watch you on video. Her provoking, all she did to provoke it was just existing. Her just being there. You just looked at an underage person and went after them and then claimed that they provoked you just because they happened to be, like, that you just happened to see them. That's a very, very dangerous predator. What's he going to do if he just somehow finds himself alone one day with a young person, either like a relative or just anyone? He's just going to, like, go after them and, well, they provoked me. They were just sitting there silently, but, you know, I saw them and therefore I wanted it, so that means that they provoked me. Like, that is a horrible way to think. It's frightening to imagine that there's people like this out there.
Well, you know, you have a thing. You felt a connection. You felt a need to help her.
Well, but the thing is,
help you.
it isn't a real person. So what I do is
But you didn't know that.
cut it off, which is like my operandi anyway. Which is I cut people off from really knowing me, which is probably more detrimental than.
How often do you do that? Just every so often, or anytime you get close to somebody? Or?
I have somebody that's really close to me right now, but she just, if she would come close to me, it would be my be in euphoria.
Yeah.
There are other people that I was dating a couple on I don't know, 5 people maybe. One person up in Wilmington, one person in Dayton, all in one, and all legitimate and all real people.
He was dating all these people online. What Jim considers dating is him just constantly messaging people, sending them disgusting videos. And whether or not they play along or not, he just thinks that they're in some kind of a relationship. He just assumes that they like what's going on, even though they probably gave him no indication that that's the case. I bet you none of these women he claims to be talking to ever showed any interest in him. They probably just tolerated him because they didn't want to be rude. And he just thinks that they're in a relationship.
And I said, well, the real person I want to be with is right here. And so I sent these emails to these other ones and said, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to...
Yeah, exactly. He had all these adult women that he claims to talk to. And then as soon as he found an underage person, he messages the adult women to tell them, hey, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I only want to talk to this other person because I met someone.
Stop seeing because I really want to see this one person and then...
But at the same time, he's claiming that the only reason he talked to this other girl was because she needed help and he didn't want to be rude by not responding to her when she reached out to him, even though he reached out to her first. Like, every single thing this guy says is a damn lie.
She doesn't understand. That's hard. That's hard.
It is hard.
Mainly because I know that she's the right person.
Yeah.
I mean, I've kind of been married. I was married for 30 years and knew it was the wrong person.
Yeah.
And I've known this person for probably 10 to 15 years.
Somebody you work with? Or?
No, actually not. It's somebody who I have had an acquaintance with. And she's divorced and everything's fine. She's got older kids. I have older kids. And she just is so scared of. Come on in. You're the same person that left.
Yeah. Can I
She's just like, yeah, shut the hell up, Jim.
that chat for a minute?
Yeah.
I'm gonna run a copy of it, so we'll have someone to look at.
Okay.
Actually, the person I'm talking about is, and again, this is, you can take it for her. So she's actually a social worker.
Hey, can I have a folder for a minute? Sorry, I'm sorry
that's
to
all
interrupt
right.
you
She's just like, I don't care, Jim. I'm just trying to get the evidence I need here.
guys. I know you're
Do what you have to do.
chatting, and
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
All right.
She's actually a social worker. She does with sexual abuse, and she does exactly what you guys are doing, except for on a medical aspect of it instead of a legal.
Okay. This
Yeah.
kind of helps people out too. See.
Basically, she's now a supervisor. She's working for a job in over in Ohio. All the ones with the Marcus White cycles.
Visor.
Yeah, job in I can't remember the agency. It's part of the state of Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Anyway, so she's working with them. She's working as a supervisor. She works with basically physical abuse. She used to work with sexual abuse.
Okay.
So she actually works with abused people, and then you're out here doing this?
Day in and day.
Not to mention, why is he telling the cops this? Like, why is he just, like, basically he's not ratting on her that she did something wrong, but he's just bringing her into this. Now she's associated with this.
Yeah.
Damn, that's hard.
Oh God, it's horrible. I mean, I would see her 2-3 times a week, and every time she'd come with another story of somebody that's been doing some crap.
Guys like you?
But now she's involved. She's a supervisor, but she's a supervisor over this physical abuse. I don't know if it's any worse or better. I mean, she's got 3 times a week.
Stop trying to pretend like you're the kind of guy to make that kind of call. He's like, oh, yeah, all this abuse, it's disgusting. You're doing that exact thing, Jim.
got some kid who's been killed by their parents.
It's overwhelming.
Oh, it is.
Oh, he's trying to maybe subtly hint, like, there's even worse things going on than this. There's kids being killed. That's even worse than what I did.
It really is. It really is. And I sympathize with that. But that goes along with my feelings here, too. Because I respect what she does, and I kind of like, I just wish you'd reach a point where you were happy with dealing with that and can go to sleep at night knowing that you've done the right decision.
Yeah.
Something that you can't do, Jim, because you made the wrong decision. You made multiple wrong decisions.
But it's hard. It's very hard. And the divorce was hard between her and her husband, her ex-husband. My divorce wasn't as well. I say that. 2 weeks ago was the first time that my ex-wife and I, after 4 years, were able to sit in the same room.
Really?
Yeah.
That bad?
Yeah. And it wasn't me. It was her. She just couldn't. She couldn't do it. So, and then they add this onto it. God, let's add it up on the.
What you got? What made you guys separate or leave each other?
Well, to be perfectly honest, the woman I was talking about she wasn't totally committed to me, but I had a relationship with her, and her husband was a judge. Maybe go there.
Yeah.
And he has made it absolutely miserable for her to move on to anything. And I don't know. We connected. Actually, connected at church. I was an organist, and she was a piano player for one of the groups, and we grew, and I knew her kids. It was really healthy. It was really healthy, except for the fact that he didn't want it to happen, and he didn't know what to do when he lost. He lost his control.
Lost his control.
Yeah. And but the thing is, I've been over the years trying to recoup that, and she's gotten her independence to the point where there's not a control issue anymore. It is, but it's a control issue on her part. I could care less. Come on, I love you. We could have a great life together.
No one is going to have a great life if they're with Jim Rauch.
I want my independence. It's okay. I can deal with it.
It sounds like you made peace with it.
I've made peace with it, as long as she understands that I truly do, to my dying day. She's the one I love. I mean, I really do.
Okay. It's alright.
Well, it's okay, but that and 50 cents, what does it get you? You know, you end up being lonely because you can't see her. But here's a perfect example. Last 2 weeks, she had a breast examination, and
Like, do these cops not have other duties that need to be taken care of? Why are they sitting here listening to Jim Rauch talk about nonsense? Does Jim really think that he's he can just distract them from the matter at hand by just regaling them with all these stupid bullshit stories that somehow they'll forget about the reason they're there and let him go?
turned out that there was something they wanted to relook at. So they looked at it a second time. And here I am sitting over here. She can't talk to me because if her kids see me seeing her talking to me, it's like the plague is hit. Her ex-husband is there, and she's worried about that.
Yeah.
She does worry about that. And then comes down to the fact, well, not only the second examination, but we're going to have a biopsy too. I can't do anything. I can't console her. I can't go into the hospital. I can't say. I can't do anything for her for fear that there'll be repercussions from an asshole who really doesn't have any control over her.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Okay. So I'm really frustrated in that aspect because the fact is I do care about her, and I'm thinking she's going to die. Her mother died of breast cancer, and she's got a couple places. God, man, I'm just going through all.
I bet you Jim is a really annoying guy to know in real life. I bet you at the University of Cincinnati, whenever like someone goes in the break room, they just want to like sit down and have their coffee, and Jim's sitting in there. They're probably like, "Oh shit!" So they just like fill their coffee and then go somewhere else.
Shit.
Go stand outside in the rain because it's better than hanging out with Jim Roach.
And I'm thinking, yeah, well, I'll sit in my house and I'll do the music,
Yeah.
and you'll be gone.
Sounds like it does hurt. It's a lot of emotions, to deal with.
It really,
Aw, Jim's sad. What a good guy. While he's crying here, I'm just going to take a minute here to reread this quote that he said to the decoy, who he thought was an underage girl as he was driving there. The bottom line is, I'm going to find where the F you are, and then I'm going to take you to my house and F your brains out. That's what he said. And now he wants us to have sympathy because he's crying.
What weighs
I
on
can't do
her?
anything about it.
Yeah. It weighs on you.
What? What am I going to say? Well, I'm going to come to the hospital anyway. It just aggravates it.
Yeah.
So you went through some sort of hardship in your life that was sad, like everyone else. What does that have to do with you committing this horrible, horrible crime? Most people, you would have sympathy if someone's going through some hard times. But if they're the kind of person that does this, all of a sudden people are a little bit less sympathetic. And you can't try to generate that sympathy from them in order that they will not look down upon you for doing this. Like, oh yeah, I did this horrible thing, but I also had some really hard thing that I went through. Like, that doesn't make a difference. Everyone goes through bad times in their lives, and you don't do this kind of thing.
So I didn't do it.
Yeah.
My job is great. I have a great job, by the way.
Sounds like it. You said you work.
Oh, I love it. Don't take that away from me. I'll fuck you.
Sorry to interrupt again, but I'm just going to read this little quick bit here from the biography that I'm reading on his wiki page. It says, when Jim was only an infant, his father, James Rauch Sr., was shot and killed with a double-barreled shotgun when he was only 18 years old when he was caught peeping on a man's wife. So I guess even Jim's dad, who must have had him at an incredibly young age if he died at 18, but his dad was kind of a perv too, and he was like spying on women and he got himself shot. So yeah, Jim might have gone through a bunch of hardships, and also whatever happened to his face, if it was like an accident or something, like he's been through some stuff. But still, it doesn't mean you're allowed to do this kind of thing.
That's I put sample list.
I just keep it cordial.
No, I really do love my job. I do web pages every day.
Hey, everybody okay?
No, we're just crying like.
No, they're just in here wasting time talking about bullshit. Come on, Catherine. Let's get back in here and get this interrogation back on track.
Here's his dad. He's trying
You
to
missed the
find-
emotional part.
Oh,
She's probably out there and just heard these two guys just laughing and carrying on. She's like, what are they talking about in there?
well, I'm glad for
Good.
you and for me, right?
Right. Anyway, no, I do. I really do love my job. My job is a great job. So what do I have to bear when?
Well, we have some housekeeping stuff that we have
Okay,
to
just
take
do what you
care
gotta
of
do.
first.
Okay.
You want to go ahead and...
So does that mean we're at the end of the interesting stuff and it's now just housekeeping? Or is Jim just going to continue feeding us bullshit?
Yeah. First of all, I've asked you about your vehicle. You said there was nothing in there, nothing in there that we should worry about anything. You had no problem with us looking at it. All I'm going to ask you to do, if you're willing to do, is just sign that you're okay with that.
Okay.
Um,
No problem.
let's see. What we got here. Let's see here.
As long as that's what it says.
That's what it'll say.
And you'll have an opportunity to read it.
All night long.
Let's see here.
No, I really do like my job. I do web pages and
You really like your job? Yeah, well, that job's probably going to be ending pretty quickly here, Jim.
I go in early. I go in at 6:30 in the morning, and I usually stay till about 2:30.
At the university?
Yeah, criminal justice.
Yeah.
And
Sounds like a lot of freedom.
actually, it's the University of Cincinnati is really well. The people I work for are really flexible about that. I go actually, if it's a good morning, I'll go in and exercise and go to the rec center and do
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and then show up about 7 or 8 o'clock. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you have the vehicle information?
Is it in here?
So what's the story on me, guys?
Right now, let's just do the housekeeping and I can give you a little bit more of a answer here.
Is it in here?
Be like vehicle information or
I'll
something.
see if it's in.
What kind of vehicle did you have?
It's a Aztec, Pontiac Aztec 2003.
2003.
That's what they told me. I asked them. I didn't really know. Oh, 2007. You know how humiliating this is in terms of being somebody who does with web pages all the time.
Well, but I think we've kind of
I wonder if Jim thinks that these people are amused by him. I wonder if they think that he's a friendly, entertaining guy and they're not just disgusted by him.
reached that issue. It's we've talked about that. And I think we will address those issues.
Here it
you know.
is. 2003 Pontiac Aztec,
Champagne.
four-door wagon sport utility.
That sounds good. How much were you giving me for it?
I don't know.
You're so funny, Jim.
I don't know about that.
They're not paying you for it. They're probably just going to seize it and take it.
I'm not that good.
I was ready to sell it a year ago and they wouldn't give me any shit.
That's the way it goes. They depreciate so fast
Oh, it's
as soon
terrible.
as you pull them off
It
the
is
lot.
absolutely terrible.
Yeah. You want me to read it for you?
Let's see if I can do this.
Okay.
So, have either one of you taken the master's degree online program at UC?
No, have you set it? Did you set it up?
I have been there since the very beginning of it, and it works. I'm pretty much involved with it.
Yeah, the
Yes.
mechanics of it online.
I do the delivery part of it.
Mm-hmm.
They've got top-notch people running the program.
Yeah. Have to look into it.
It's about $2,000 a quarter. But
Yeah.
But you can complete it in 2 years. Master's degree.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who accredited them?
It's accredited by. You would ask me. It's accredited by the people who accredit university education department. You can give them a call.
Yeah.
Because there's no accreditation department for the criminal justice at this point in the state of Ohio. I don't know if in Kentucky where there is or not,
Mm-hmm.
but in the state of Ohio there isn't. But for what it was worth,
Appreciate that.
you know.
I have to look at it and see.
I mean, if you're looking for a master's degree, it's an easy way to go. Of course,
Is he trying to like bribe them? Hey, if you let me off the hook, I'll hook you up with a master's degree.
work isn't too bad. A lot of reading.
Yeah.
I work with
So, go ahead.
I work with all the professors that do their delivery, and so whatever tests they want, whatever kind of like we call modules. There's 5 modules. Every course is a 5-week course, and it's about, just off the top of my head, about $2,000 per quarter. So if you're talking 2 years, you're talking 16 quarters. That's about $32,000. But it gets you a master's degree in criminal justice. It's a master's degree in science, a master of science degrees. Try it again. Master of science degree in criminal justice from one of the top criminal justice programs in the country.
Mm-hmm.
It's right now UC's number 5 in the country, and these are top-notch. The actual professors do look at stuff. I don't
Why
know.
would he think that these detectives or anyone would be interested in whatever the hell he's blathering about?
If you know any of their names or anything of your,
No,
but they're the people that are changing what happens. What you guys do day in day out.
Yeah. Has their program been really successful?
Yes.
The online?
The online program we started 5 years ago with 15 students. We now have over 600.
Wow.
And
That's phenomenal growth.
well, yeah, and it brings in about $2 million a year profit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what am I signing?
All right, we'll do this first one here. Okay. This is for your vehicle. I circled vehicle located at Highland Heights Police Department, Highland Heights, Kentucky, 41076, and more particularly describes a 2003 Pontiac Aztek, Ohio plate DG73LC,
Good.
and your VIN number. All that.
As if I remember.
Well, most people, some people do know. I granted his consent to Detective Tom Nitschke, which is me.
Okay.
Known to me, I marked that out, detective with the Campbell County Police Department, and to such other officers deemed necessary to assist. I know that I had a right to refuse to consent, and I have voluntarily given up that right. I know that the agent does not have to have a search warrant.
You want to search the fucking car?
Well,
Yeah, you need to, right?
At least we get to see this detective now in the Timothy Kind interrogation. I don't think we saw him the entire time. We just heard his annoying voice.
I have not been threatened or coerced in any way, and I have not been promised any favor.
Is that
or
what I just did, coerced?
Nah.
Just read the damn thing and sign it, Jim. Shut the hell up.
I have read his consent form, or it has been read to me, and I understand it.
I understand it.
Okay,
Okay.
well, I need you to sign your name there, print it, and put your address, and then we'll sign this witness.
Okay. It's a good thing you asked me to print it.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
we could have made much out of the signature.
But that is my real signature.
Yeah.
I don't know why why I thought of this, but just not being able to read the document thing. I heard a story. I don't know if it's true, but I heard somewhere that some guy won the lottery sometime one time, but then when he like filled out his information, it was so illegible that basically it was like void or something. I don't know if that story's true, but it just made me think that you got to pay attention to what your handwriting.
Sure.
All witnesses here. Just one other piece of housekeeping here.
Are you
Here,
ready?
you can keep your
Yes. No, you can just have a seat. The only other thing is, I know you said you had nothing in your house. Do you have anything inside your residence there on
Brandy Way.
Brandy Way? Is there anything in there that would give us any concern? You said you didn't have anything.
You have, the only thing that you would have would be the computer things, but you have all the references to that.
Okay. Do you have a problem with anybody looking in there to make sure there's nothing of?
Well, I still want to see my genitalia.
Would
I'm sorry.
you,
Like, is that really something to joke about? You think this situation's funny, Jim?
got me off guard there. Jim, you got me.
Yeah, we're
I really?
Jim got me.
it's late.
Yeah, it's late.
I bet you the second these two detectives are out of the room, they're looking at each other, rolling their eyes at this guy. They're not really his friend. They're just pretending to be.
No, there's nothing on there. I don't keep pornography on there. I don't distribute pornography. If somebody wants to go in there and go through and find some sort of program that I have,
There's no or anything like
no.
that. And it's just everything I'm gonna find is adult stuff.
No, I'm not even talking about that stuff. I'm talking about if somebody goes in, they find out that I have a piece of software that I have.
Oh,
No,
like
taken with somebody
Juarez or
else,
something.
That there might be something like that, but
He really thinks they're going to care about some like pirated software he has when he got caught doing this. I still don't think he understands the gravity of the situation he's in.
but there's no, I don't do that. I'm telling.
Yeah.
Go in.
All right. You have no problem with that?
No.
Okay. Well, what I'll just do another consent if you don't have a problem with that.
Okay, but does that mean that they come in and take my computers away and cause me a problem not to be able to work?
Well, that could
Obviously.
be an issue.
Yeah.
Does he really think he's going to be able to go back to work after getting caught doing this? Not only get caught doing it, but getting exposed like on video. Like this wasn't the Chris Hansen interview, but they still videotaped his arrest and everything. It still made the news. Does he think that they're just going to allow him to continue working at a school, even though it's a university, so the students are adults, but still, I think there's no chance this guy would keep his job.
I mean, obviously, if there's information, I mean, if they deemed it feels like it could have some information that they may need, yeah. Problem with that?
No.
Okay. Well, what I'll just do another consent if you don't have a problem with that.
Okay, but does that mean that they come in and take my computers away and cause me a problem not to be able to work?
Well, that could be an issue.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if there's information, I mean, if they deemed it feels like it could have some information that they may need, yeah, that is a possibility.
Okay, so give me some help here.
I can't tell you what to do. I mean,
Yeah.
it's up to you.
I don't want to seem like I'm not cooperative because I really am cooperative
Yeah.
because I really don't have the kids there.
Yeah.
If they want to do that.
Right.
Well, one way or another, they're going to be seizing that computer and anything else they want. You signing the permission is just going to make it a little bit easier for them. But it's not like they're just not going to do it if you say no. So one way or another, you are going to lose your job and they're taking that computer.
If there's
And you're going to prison.
porn shit on there, somebody else has put it on there from some site or something. But
Maybe it was Rob Klein's brother. He's known for putting illegal things on people's computers.
in regard, I need to be able to use my computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
it's up to you.
Well, Jim, maybe you should have thought of that before you use your computer for the purposes you did tonight.
Yeah, if you want to consent or not, I'm leaving that up to
We
you.
can't make you any promises on
Yeah,
how
I can't
quick
say
you
no,
would
we're
get
not.
What
it
if I don't
back or
sign
not.
it? What happens if I don't sign it?
Then you don't sign
You
it.
don't sign it. That's okay.
It's
Only-
completely
only-
your call.
Okay, but in lieu of the conversation that we just had, I'm not putting you on the spot, but that is my reasoning for doing it.
Okay, that's fine. I mean,
I have to have access to my computer. I have to have it in order to do my job.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Does he think there's going to be no fallout from this? Like he's just going to go back to work like nothing happened?
Force you to, sign anything that you don't feel you want, and then you understand your reasoning. That's fine. And I'll just leave it at that. I think for right now I don't have anything else.
Do you want to do the statement?
Yeah.
Let him write his own statement.
Yeah. Let's see. The last thing here, I overlooked it here. Would you be willing to write a written statement of what happened tonight, or
Oh well, I'd like to eventually have one.
would you like to write a written statement?
Oh, do I
Your
have to
own.
write one?
Your own written
It
statement.
depends on what you're going to come across with. If you come up so it's so negative that I'm a pervert and that I want.
No, this is from you.
No.
This is your account of what happened.
What I'm saying is what I don't know what you have there. So
It's basically
It's a blank statement.
it's a voluntary statement. It's blank. It just lets you know your rights.
it lets me know my rights.
It lets you know your rights.
If I don't put anything does that relinquish my rights?
No, if you don't want to write anything, you don't have to.
Okay.
It's totally voluntary. This is not something I'm.
Just don't write anything, don't sign anything, don't say anything. And your situation's not going to be any worse than it is right now. It's not going to be any better, but it's not going to be any worse. That's probably the best thing you could do.
I'm just giving you the opportunity.
Okay. I'm just trying to be careful because
Okay.
I know the legal systems and I like
Okay.
to screw around with you.
That is
Right.
fine. I think that's everything I have for right now. I guess what we'll do is you'll go with another officer for right now.
We gotta do citation. don't we?
Yeah, it just a little bit of clerical.
Just
And-
paperwork so that whenever they get you there, they can process you quickly. Okay, we got this. You want me to grab this?
Yeah,
Is there anything else I need to know about before we leave?
I'll hang here until you get.
No, as of right now, there's nothing I can really tell you right now. Other than
Okay.
this stuff.
Just sit here.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
hang tight
you
with
just
her.
hang tight, and I'll hang here with you until we get somebody in here. Okay?
And take a nap.
Yeah. Tough night.
No. I mean,
What do you mean, no? All right, we still have like 37 minutes or something left on this. I really don't feel like watching Jim sit here by himself, so I'm going to kind of skip through a lot of it here to find if there's anything else that's interesting happening.
I don't want to go through this ever again, but tough.
How old did you say you were?
59,
59.
going on 60.
You've seen.
Yeah, that's a pretty rough 659. I know people that are 60 and they look a hell of a lot better than this.
A lot of life.
Mm-hmm. My father was killed when I was 2 years old.
So his father had him when he was 16.
Really?
He was shot in the back, and my mother was
Speak up, Jim.
17.
Wow.
And she brought me up and went through all that. And she died a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
Yep. It's kind of funny.
What is?
Oh, how my sister and my half sister and they always, they always come back with, you never know. And you don't. You never know. I'm sorry, I didn't really answer your question, but it really does. it's more intuitive than you think. Actually, my mother's said something in my history would always come back. And my mother's brother-in-law was like the head of the Democratic Party in Claremont County.
Again, Jim, what does this have to do with anything?
And he was corrupt as hell.
Hope you guys can hear this. He's talking really quietly.
Yeah, I really didn't know him very well, but we go down. We go. I mean, we're talking about 30 years here. We go down and we'd have rabbit and squirrel in his house. It was that down home. And I don't know what you really want. There was something in the history, something back in the history of my family that not that she wanted to hide, but
Well, it's definitely something the family's going to want to hide now.
she just
30 years ago, there wasn't internet. Now there is. Now you're exposed forever.
wanted me to always keep it low. No, and I always didn't do that. I was an upfront musician. I played at a country club in Cincinnati.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I play piano, and I really have. I played it. There isn't a country club in Cincinnati I haven't played. And it's funny, I played for big people. I was thinking, and just as we were talking about, thinking about the time that I played from Marge shot. It's at Cincinnati Country Club. I'm sorry, I mean, you're this poor as you, but I'm sorry. We walked in, and Marge and I walked in at the same time. And I said hello. She was a drunkard, just a total drunkard. By the time I finished my first set, they had carried her out of Cincinnati Country Club, stone drunk.
Oh, goodness.
And this was years before all the controversies with the Reds and all that. This is before she even had an ownership in the Reds. Oh, who else have I known over the years? Oh,
I think these cops really have work to get done. Why don't they just tell him to shut the hell up and go about their work? They don't have to humor him by listening to his story. I think they're just hoping. They know the camera's running, so if he keeps yapping, he might just say something else in here that just incriminates him a bit further, but we have to listen to a whole lot of bullshit to get to it.
I've seen Bob Taft and seen Bob Taft's wife in slippers come to a party. Oh God, another case. Oh, we've played so many jobs.
Wow. So what instrument did you play?
I play keyboards.
Keyboard?
Yeah. And I don't do too much of it anymore. I'll play a wedding reception, play just for cocktail music, or maybe for an hour, or play the wedding. I mean, I played organ too. I played for 24 years out in Milford's Methodist Church.
Like, is a police interrogation really the time you want to brag about your band?
After wedding,
Your former band?
wedding. Never paid anything.
No.
$125 2 nights.
Oh.
I played over at the Christian church over here in Covington a couple weeks ago.
So, like, if this band, I don't want to trash his band. I don't mind trashing him, but his band probably doesn't deserve it. Maybe they were good. But he's talking like he was a pretty big deal. He kind of bragged to the decoy quite a bit about how amazing this band was. But from what it sounds like, they only played shows local to Cincinnati, and they only played, like, churches and clubs, which is fine. I mean, you could still be a fairly big deal in your city, but it's not like he's touring the world with his band. I don't think they were that successful. They were probably just kind of guys that had they all had day jobs, but they had a side band. They would just play gigs on weekends or whatever, and And yeah, maybe they were known a little bit in the area, but they're hardly famous. It's hardly anything he needs to share to make himself look better, or whatever the hell his intention is, spewing this out in a interrogation.
One lousy service the week before Palm Sunday. Walked in, did a rehearsal with their choir. $150. Couldn't believe it. If that's the kind of money I was making, you know.
Yeah. Let me check and see what's going on.
She's like, yeah, enough of that bullshit. I'm gonna go and find the more interesting guy.
Go to the bathroom pretty soon. I don't care. Just take your time.
All right.
Take your time. She doesn't need your permission. Oy, okay, I'm gonna skip ahead here a bit. We just got Jim trying to sleep. It's more sleeping, more sleeping. See if anything happens here.
A Trio or Blackberry or
Trio was my phone.
okay. We would like to take a look at that.
Fine.
Would you give me consent to do so?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's kind of funny the whole time that they had that shot of his face on camera. I assumed he was close to them. And then when they zoom out, you find out that like he's way off in a corner and they're on the other side of the room behind a desk. So there's actually quite a bit of space between them. Not that's a huge deal. It's just not what I expected.
So that'd be property. And you got consent to complete search of property.
Does anyone else think this guy looks like Wilford Brimley? The diabetes guy?
Located at.
Self.
It was on your person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's a Trio?
Trio. T-R-E-O.
And you had a cell phone in addition to that?
No,
or it's all one thing?
It's my phone.
Okay. And is there anything else that I would use to describe it?
No, not really.
Trio, okay. I grant this consent to.
It just has all my addresses and all my people on.
Okay. The date is April. I have the time and see if it's on this phone.
I guess the only thing less interesting than hearing Jim yap away about nonsense is having him not say anything.
What, the date?
The time.
Yeah. I don't know.
At the time.
I watched I today is actually.
You have the time. You have the time. 150.
Get a watch, Catherine Reed. Jeez.
Thanks.
Well, no wonder I'm tired.
Yeah. Let's see, it's 1:50 a.m. Okay, let's go over this and make sure it reads correctly. I hereby consent to a complete search of the property located on my
Can we get rid of the word hereby? It's such a stupid word. I hereby consent to the search. Can't you just say, I consent to the search?
person, and more
Makes
particularly
it sound really smart and official, though, if you use the word hereby.
described as Treo, T-R-E-O. I grant this consent to Agent Catherine Reed, known to me to be an agent of the Office of the Attorney General, and to such other officers deemed necessary to assist. I know that I have a right to refuse to consent, and I voluntarily give up that right. I know that the agent does not have a search warrant. I have not been threatened or coerced in any way, nor have I been promised any favor or benefit. I have read this consent form, or it has been read to me, and I understand it. The date is April 13th, 2007, and this time is 1:50 a.m.
Bet you Jim's just wishing he was at home in bed right now. Instead, he just went out, did something incredibly evil and stupid, and now here he is. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and he's in the police interrogation room.
Okay. All right, and he's working on the citation. He's almost done with it, I promise. We're going to get you out of here soon enough.
Whatever happens, happens.
All right, thanks.
All right, let's skip ahead a bit more here.
I really don't.
Okay.
I don't even know what it starts with. I really don't have any idea what it starts with.
Did you get it in Cincinnati? The service came out of Cincinnati?
Yeah, it's over in Beachmont.
So it's a 513.
Yeah,
area
I just
code.
don't know what the next numbers are. I'd be guessing. I'd really be guessing.
So when you use it, you just give people your landline number
Yeah,
and they.
and it forwards to my phone.
Okay.
That's like I said. That's the reason why I don't know.
All right. All right. Well, I'll see if that's enough information. If not,
I think that's it for now. It's she leaves the room and nothing else seems to happen, so I doubt we're gonna miss anything very interesting. Seeing Jim just sit here with his hands on his face like this. All right, so that was the end of Jim Rauch. He went to prison after this, and he is now dead. So yeah, so he's a very bad guy, very, very frustrating, annoying, arrogant guy. People seem to love this interrogation. I've seen it among the most requested, if not the most requested one, maybe after Dustin McFetridge. But yeah, he's just like, this guy is just such a character. But when you read his chat log and you read and you listen to his phone call, it just, in hearing the disgusting things he says and how annoying he is, how arrogant he is, it just makes you hate him that much more. All right, well, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.